on topics, whether conscious or cosmic. It's never nonsense, mega levels or microscopic. It's a Killah Priest project, AD control the rocket. Before we land the plane, many things we engage and explain. The unexplained, without mask. Welcome to the Killah Priest podcast. Killah Priest podcast.
Yeah, we here, man. Hold on. Man, every time I'm about to start, everything always hard. There's always some crazy stuff that be going on, man. Make sure all my mobs is in there. Do Napah got her wrench?
Yeah, she been.
Everybody got their wrench? What's going on there?
She been done hadn't.
Huh?
She been done hadn't her wrench.
All right. Marge, what up, man? Shout out to everybody. Welcome to the Killah Priest Podcraft. I want to make sure that Napah has a wrench because, yeah, she does have it.
That wrench been there.
Yeah, okay. All right, so we good on that. What up? All right. Welcome to the Killah Priest Podcraft. Shout out to everyone who's coming in. Journey to becoming better self. What up, man? I am your host, Killah Priest, the Iron Sheik from the Middle East. I'm almost there, so prepare to say peace. And running the rock is none other than AD, A Dizzle.
Peace, what's good? Welcome back. It's going to be a wild show. Y'all already know.
And to my side is the fabulous, the most incredible co-host, Wisdom of Solomon.
Peace. What's good?
What's
good?
What up?
I know y'all enjoyed me as a host last time. Not there no more, but you know we enjoying ourselves.
No, you did your thing, man. Let me put this on mute real quick. Shout out to y'all if y'all just coming in, man. We have hater alert. We have a lot of things we have to discuss as we build and go further. I want to shout out my mods first. I don't even call them mods. Voltage was in there. Shout out. He said, "Peace, y'all. We back." Shout out to what we call them, oracles. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and architects. The architect, shout out to the architect, Brown, Buffalo, Voltage, Central, and who else we got? Overkill is in the building. He says, "Let's get it, Danny." And that's talking to my man, the Brown Buffalo, coming straight from the Mayan or the Aztec, you know what I mean? We like to call them by their original names and stuff like that.
Peace.
Word. Yeah, man, so it's a beautiful thing, man. Shout out to the great Napah Shadah, who's out there too, man. Shout out to her. She asked us to have a great show. She thought someone took her wrench.
No.
Nah? It was there?
It's untakeable.
All right, okay. It's untakeable. Unshakable. All right, okay. All right, so then we got that out the way. You know, shout out to everybody that's watching who's new here coming in. Man, there's a lot to get in, man. Coach Solomon, you did great last time, man. What's up?
Oh, good looking. You know, I had a lot of pressure on me. I came through. Had to show y'all, you know, I could run the rocket too. You know what I mean? So I rocked the show. I think I did good. Got a lot of compliments. So I hope y'all enjoyed me for the time being. But glad to have you back.
Right. As we build up, man. Hey, how we gonna do, man?
Yeah, man.
And there's a lot of people that's out there right now who's got hate in their blood. Hate in their blood. Why? Because the ones who are prospering just keep prospering. Those who keep hating, and they put out that hate energy. You know how much hate energy it is to get on that. I told you about that computer workout. I mean, you got to get up early in the morning. I'm talking about top of the morning. You got to get up early in the morning. Man, I don't think the birds is out. Birds not out yet. Boom, you up like this.
You got to get up before Jesus.
Exactly. They do. What they do. What they say. They smile in your face. Always want to. They're like this. I need some. The typewriter. What they do. They press and delete. Always want to put some.
That's crazy.
Acting like they deep. No, for real, they do, man. They be up early in the morning.
It's crazy.
And then
It's crazy.
And this is for my everyone that's out there that's doing on the positive vibrations, such as Maria Martinez. I see you up there with a big heart.
Oh, Maria Martinez.
Hey, I love that. See, we put out too much hate and not enough love. Self-love. People who hate themselves. People who hate other people who are prospering. Mm-hmm. People who do things. And it's time to give those who props who do things and make things work. such as my man AD, such as Solomon. You was up here holding it down, 26 years old.
Yeah. That's how I do. You know what I mean? I'm 26. I'm going older. You know, that's what a grown man does.
Hey, man, you came out here. You came out here and made it work, man. And I heard what's going on out there, but I don't focus on it. You know, a lot of people that have been you know, they got their own little personal powers they go through, trying to shoot everybody down, clipping off and everything with their mouth and their lip. Because at the end of the day, what is it? It's just all about dialogue, words. You know, there's an old saying, sticks and stones may break my bones. Somehow words seems to kill them. As I put it back.
That is true. That is true.
Y'all coming in the building, man. What up, man? Let's get up, man. Let me tell you, I got a message for all of y'all, man. We've been digging. And the Podcraft is going up. It's still going to strive. It's still going smooth, and everything is running right. You know what I'm saying? Those that are with us are with us, you know, and this is a movement, man, and we here to stay. We making it bigger. Man, there's things that's happening behind the scenes, and we just want to let y'all know this one thing. Hit him with that clip, AD.
Oh, shit. Which one?
To the top.
Oh, yeah, the top.
Top. This is how we go. This is how we come off on y'all. I'm going to let y'all hear this. We're going to spin this back everywhere. Some real rap.
I'm king, and they know it. When I snap my fingers, everybody says, sure, I'm hot, and you're not. But if you want to hang with me, I'll give it one shot. Top that.
They can't top. Can they top that? One more time, AD. Spin it back, man. Spin me another clip on that.
No, I'm not in the mood.
You can dream until you blue, but you will never top that.
Let's go back the other way.
Now check this out.
Just go up and...
There you go. You go a little further. Well, girls start walking us. Somebody said that's fire session. You know we're gonna get busy today. I've been working, digging into the archives. We've been in the studio. We've been working. I got new songs coming, man. AD been
mixing and mastering.
Mixing and mastering. Solomon, you been putting in your pen?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, that's right.
Solomon been putting his pen game down.
Yeah, been a little self-motivated.
Shout out to Lil Da Vinci. He's been putting his pen game down.
Yep.
You know, everybody's about motivation. If you're not trying to push, somebody said bars. Yeah, that's straight up bars. Yo, let me hear what my girl got to say. Go a little further, AD. What she doing? Because you got to see the dance move.
I will never be hip.
Oh man.
I'm hot, and you're not.
Come on.
But if you want to hang with me, I'll give it one shot. Top that.
Could you top that? Could you top that?
Uh-oh.
A lot of haters out there. Now, a lot of y'all believe in crystals, and a lot of crystal things going on. And if y'all with y'all crystals, check out my girl right here. Let's go.
Go on, kill it, right.
Supersonic, idiotic, disconnected, not respected. Who would ever really want to go and top that? Such a waste of pretty face, but hanging in your nose space. I wish that you would take a look and really stop that. Top that. Well, stop that. I don't really give a about trying to top that. Top that. Stop that. I wish you finally take a real look and really stop that.
What up?
What's this?
Stop that.
What gives?
Top that. I don't really give a about trying to stop that.
Top that.
Big deal.
Stop that.
Unreal.
You can try until you blue.
I will make a fool of you.
Top that.
We ain't playing no games over here.
Yo, that's crazy.
We're not playing no games
crazy.
over here. They getting their
Nah, yeah, she ate it. She killed that. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, yeah, somebody said,
Yo.
Sharon said that's her. Yo, the good talk.
What is that?
Somebody said the good talk. Hey, we've been looking for a lot of things, man. A lot of things out there. You know, when it comes to digging and skits and stuff like that, we ran across that a little earlier. We're gonna do some.
Yo, she served him though. She had more bars than he did.
Yeah, she came up with that.
You know what I'm saying? She was like queen of the ring right there.
Exactly. Somebody said, Grease meets Beat Street. Fela, he knows what a Fela B says. He knows what it is. He's classic, man. Classic. Sometimes you got to look through things in order to come out great. You got to go to the archives of things. And for cats who trying to stop the Podcraft, Hit him, spin another one on the ADs. Hit him with the other one. They're not ready for this one. They're not ready for, because I'm not even going to click my gun on this one. I'll just hit you back with this one. Maybe you do it
Yo.
You should let it roll. Yo, that's the new minute die 1,000 times, you know what I mean? Yo, check out my man, that was dope. The bullet didn't even hit him at the first time.
Oh, yeah, no.
Shot. He had to squeeze the pellet. But yo, we got more on that? A little bit more, AD.
The other one?
Nah, just press play on it. One more.
Yo, we don't even know what that hit him though. That's the crazy part about it. Wait. Yo, it's crazy, man. Yo.
I love the 70s, man.
Nah, he was young.
I
like
love that.
that.
Somebody
That's
said
crazy.
dramatic. I love the 70s.
Yo.
Man. That's before your
That's
time,
crazy.
Solo.
Of course.
You see the acting in that?
Oh no, I mean I had bad acting back then. I see that.
Classic right there.
That's crazy.
Right. That was classic right there. Yo, did he die? He even died. Takes a long time, man.
Yo.
You know, back then, it was all about how that gun was coming up. You know what I'm saying? How that gun was busting on back then. And then you had to, because you never could really capture the way a gun sounds for real. You know, they was always like a
Yeah.
They don't sound like that.
Right.
Yeah. It's like a punch.
Yeah.
Punches don't sound like that.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So, shout out to the 70s, man. They did some great things on there. But if anybody come on this way, man, with much hate in them, that's what we're doing. Shout out to the body overkill.
Yo.
Oh, shout out to Knowledge Born in the building, man. Somebody said, where's Jody? Oh, man, the super chats are coming in, man. Make sure y'all hit that super chat. Tell them we're here live. Killah Priest. Wisdom of Solomon. What's up, Solomon?
Yo.
What's up? You want to talk to him?
Yo, listen, it's a new season. I just want y'all to all work on yourselves and take care of Zyrtex and Claritin, because I ain't gonna lie, it's hitting me hard out here. It's crazy.
Oh, them allergies?
Yo, these allergies are hitting me hard. But make sure you wash up after you come outside. Yo, make sure you do what you need to do, because you don't want to be like me right now. feel like I'm dying right now.
And
yeah.
the cat doesn't help either.
No, the cat does not help at all. Seasons, but watch yourself out here, man. It's a crazy world out here.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah,
the pollen from the trees. I got that too.
Yo, those flowers. Oh, yeah, thank you for that.
I got you.
Yeah,
Word.
the bees are balling with the pollen right now.
Yo,
Yeah.
that's my natural beef though.
Huh?
I have beef with the bees out here, man.
Oh.
Bees, man. It's crazy.
You're bi. Nah, but that's the beauty of the thing. But back because we both got scientists, so we gotta deal with it.
That's
with
true.
the flowers, so
That's true.
it's still funny out there. So make sure y'all grab your tea, grab a little coffee, grab some oolong, some badu, some white tea, some red tea, red, yellow.
Yellow.
Feeling up to it. Get you some herbal tea, break you off some sticks. Those from the yard know what I'm talking about, or Haiti, or they know how to break off them sticks. From the deep south,
Right.
Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? Mississippi. Crazy thing that happened in Mississippi this week.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna show that clip a little later, man. It's sad, man. This lady killed her husband, cold-blooded, man.
Ah, damn.
Kind of crazy.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? It was just like in a crib, yo. I was like that. We're gonna show that a little later, man. It's a mental a lot of depression that's going on. A lot of depression, and I think that the state is kind of pushing that. That's why they have so many drugs already prepared. They already got the drug for ADHD, PTS, PYT. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All the alphabets. Yeah, the HD, PTSD. Come on, give me some. I need some love and PTSD. That's no, for real. They got a lot of. They already prepared them. They already did they did the results came back. They did the whole test. They called us a lot of craziness, a lot of distraction. A lot is from those movies too. In the 80s.
Wow. Really? Yeah. Okay.
They did that to us. We watched those crazy flicks, some scary movies, like some serial killers were coming out. And just like in the 80s, they had, in the 70s, they had this thing called Devil's Reign. I don't know if y'all ever saw that. Shout out to Ari, the Rugged Man, but they used to have these.
That's a sick title.
Yeah, Devil's Reign.
Yeah, that's a sick title.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. Eyes were crazy. And they had other flicks, about Friday the 13th, Jason. That keeps people out the crib, man. Halloween. One of my favorites, I shouldn't be saying this, but Leatherface. Texas Chainsaw Massacre for real. He did, because he's the only one that really ran.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of that type of stuff, and they were brutal on women back then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all of those movies back then in the 60s and stuff like that with all the gore. It was almost like porn, but not really porn. It was just like Grindhouse. It was like Splatterhouse. Blood splatter, and then it was just like this guy come up, I'm the devil. You know what I mean? And bloodlust is what I want. But there'd be a bunch of naked chicks around him.
See, that's a fun horror though. That's fun times. We get the boring horror now. We get like the HD, it's all extra. The camera's too clean.
Right.
It's not gritty like how it is back in the day. You feel me?
Right, like a movie, like a video.
Yeah. It's like, oh.
Shout out to Mojito.
See, he trying to scare you right now.
That's crazy, man.
Shout out to Mojito.
Yeah, shout out to you, man. You're allergic at the moment, but yeah, it's crazy though. It's crazy though.
Yeah, the movies were back then. They were a little bit more, because it was raw. Not a lot of special effects or anything like that.
Word.
Spray them down.
Get him out of here. All right.
Breaking up our chemistry. We're gonna go in today, man. We're gonna go in today, man. We're supposed to have some money coming through a little later. But yeah. So let's get our pouring. Today I feel fancy. See the other this teapot. See, this the old teapot that we were using. Shout out to my man Guam. You know what I mean? He said this just got old oolong in it. Today I felt like, you know what? I want to go get my collector's teapot. Porcelain. Pours from here. You gotta hold it from here if you're a real tea pour. Make sure you get your tea. Some ASMR. Choose some tea.
The porcelain, of course.
Right. Makes the beard turn silver, just like the tea. Oh, hold up. Let's do it in here so it won't. I have to be smart about this.
Yeah, right.
I want to do this is a nice, cool pour. Like, it's called I put it in green tea.
Green tea?
Straight from China. It's not a Japanese tea. This is a nice little smooth pour. Okay. See the little leaves going? That's okay. The real pour.
Hardcore with the porcelain pour.
Yeah. The leaves gonna come through, but they're not gonna come in our cup. You know what I mean? Because somebody said my cup runneth over. Put this in there. Yeah, let it. Yeah. See how green and our honey color is coming out, like a little bit of green and golden. Oh man, you can smell it from here. Right. Oh, it's continue going. All right. See, I already filled this up for y'all. Try this at home. Yeah, it's all about the drink.
Yeah, that's very neat right now too.
Yeah.
Needed.
Tea that's gonna help us with our cold. If you got a cold or anything, this is great for it. A lot of antioxidants in the oils. Like that beat, AD. Keep it going. We're gonna set the mood before we go in tonight.
Hardcore with the porcelain pour.
Hey, we're gonna take you. See that? All them leaves in there, but none of them going in your cup because it has a strength. There you go.
Best part of waking up.
Hey, and you pour long. Screen.
Pour along with the oolong. Get your groove on.
These are bigger cups. Tea masters have little cups. You say, nah, it's not. Like a tea ceremony, something you can feel better, good about yourself and day.
Espresso is the best though.
Hey. Shh. The honeybee likes his tea. Word. We like a nice little sunny breeze. We got the forest coming out too.
Mm-hmm. True that.
All right, we're gonna do a toast to y'all, man. Peace to everybody that come. That's in the craft room right now. Shout out to y'all. I see you a cover boy. He said Teapot Shakur. Let's give him a one for that. Teapot Shakur. Let me see you with you, Blue Thong. I don't know what that one is. Shout out to Guam. Somebody said porcelains and oils. That's all. Boom. Man. And yo, AD, thanks for these cups, man. These cups are fly, man. Make sure y'all go order one of these cups. You got the cups on sale, right?
They're available right now below this video.
Me and Salo, we can Killah Priest. What y'all say?
Yes.
Solomon on there.
Now these are custom cups.
Custom cups. Right?
At home, they're gonna just get the regular cup.
Oh, they won't just say a couple of Solomons, a couple of priests.
Yeah, these are custom just
Customs,
for y'all,
yeah,
but it's the same cups that they can order.
Where yours at? You got one too?
I got mine too. I'm about to go get mine.
Hey, go get yours and put
You
that.
gotta get yours. I gotta get mine.
Hey, go put that cold brew up in there,
Hey,
man.
man.
Yeah. You always gotta have all your toys together, man. Your little fun little things. All right. So, listening to Respect the Deck. Shout out to Respect the Deck. Yeah, tea time 3 times. Have a little. Take a sip, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good sip. I had to.
And take a sip. This is for you. All at home. Oh, that's smooth.
Good, yeah.
It's a type of tea that you drink around, say around 6. You know what I mean? And, oh yeah, I like the onion powder. Tea. So 6 in the evening. This is 6 in the evening tea, but you can do it around 9 on some ASMR. But you have a tea to rush out the cold and to move the catechins together and all those beautiful dopamines, those cells start coming down, and you get to start calming down, bring the blood pressure down a little bit. You know what I mean? And then smile on your face. Tea. For real. And
I mean, good mood, good spirits.
Spirits. Yeah, that's what we strive to
Show
do
yourself,
here.
have fun.
Exactly.
And live life.
That's right. Shout out to Napah Shadah too.
Shout outs.
Exactly. So we're gonna do this. Positive vibes, yes indeed, and blessings. And because a lot of people be coming to the craft room, I heard it doesn't get to me, but a lot of people come out into the craft room because they have nothing else better to do, just to troll people, troll and get upset and get mad and angry and things of that nature. And like I said, it takes a lot of energy. You could be doing something about like making money, something positive with your time, like maybe reading a proverb, reading one of the stone walls, or doing something positive for yourself, elevating your chi. Pause for a minute for my man AD. He's toasting.
Yeah.
What you got your cup? Yeah, man. Toast to y'all once again. And you got the AD on there. What you drinking? Coffee?
Coffee
Yeah, let me see it.
with a tablespoon of creamer.
Hey.
Okay.
Vanilla.
You know, you had to throw a little extra in there. If you want to put a little sugar cube, make sure it's healthy sugar. They have the rock sugar, brown sugar, with some honey in there, some manuka. If you really want to take it there,
Okay.
you can settle down on when you reach in that 7 o'clock zone, right in it. Fix your glasses, like set the mood.
What's the other
right.
one? Date syrup.
Yeah,
Let that one out. Yeah, see.
shout out to Solomon for that one. Date syrup. Solomon, you have nothing to say on that. You good old fashioned white syrup. I mean white fish.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, date syrup.
What's that? Sipping on the sister?
I mean, it ain't corn syrup.
It's from the date fruit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. When you want to take someone out on a date, so they got this new thing where they're pressing out the glucose from the date. Very pure, and it's way sweeter than regular sugar. Sweeter than honey a little. Because all you need is a little bit for it. You think so? But it has like a great little thing to it that give you go get some date syrup if you haven't if you got some.
Check it out.
You know, we're not doctors, but we know what feels good, makes us feel good, and we got the disclaimer on the front. You know, everything that we say, but we know one thing.
See the logo on the hat?
Hey.
Hey, man.
Take it back in the days. We know one thing. Water is good. Water is good for you. You know what I mean? And tea is water. You know what I mean? It just tricks us with its beautiful flavor from the leaf, but the leaf is water. So it's all just a part of this beautiful thing. If we get into this, we start getting into this, man, into this tree of life thing. Just eating from that tree of life. Make you feel good, feel better.
Cool.
Less arguments, more positivity. Less hating on each other. I'm gonna let you take this, Salo.
Okay.
Less fighting, less hating, more positive. Because we have to. I don't care what you in. I don't care what religion it is about. Whatever it is, it's all about the principles. Health, shelter, love,
Right.
honesty, respect. That's what it is. It's a beautiful balance right there.
Yeah. That's dope. Yeah.
If you follow those jewels, I don't even want to say, because it could be commandments, because you have to breathe to live. You know what I mean? Someone meditate, but there's a part of that flow. You know? You'd be right. You'd be right and exact. You know? So it's about that time for Coach Salo would take us into the Coach Solomon.
Oh, okay.
Wisdom of Solomon.
All right.
We want to hear what you got today.
All right. I mean,
for the Podcraft.
All right. So I want to take this. I mean, I could take it from what you say. Don't waste his time hating on people, and it's just not worth the energy. You know, try to spread love everywhere, because at the end of the day, that's what gives us the most energy from, is it getting love. Hate is just a waste to yourself, and honestly, it's just not. It's really not healthy to hate. You could heart attacks, anger, all these things that is not worth it. You know, so take your time, enjoy yourself, and love yourself. That's the main thing. Because hate is just an energy that is going to destroy you. At the end of the day, it might feel good at the moment, but you're just wasting your energy, and that's the main thing I can say about that. Like, no, it's crazy.
Right.
Yeah, forgive me for that though. I was just trying to find something to say with that, but that's the truth about anger and hate and all.
But it's good though.
What, hate and anger?
No. It's good that you said that. That you
yeah. Of course, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, it's one of those things that, like, people just do it just to feel like they're doing something or whatever, and it's not worth it.
Yeah. What's that saying when they say that it caused less muscles in the face to make a smile and more muscles to make.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So you put a lot of energy to making your face screw up. How much muscles make it screw up face? We didn't say that. Because people be doing that. They be screwing their face. Man, just screw face and tight at the jaws. Because the jaws get real tight because the hate and anger is just rolling up in here. Like you rub it on your chest like Robitussin.
Right.
But you just fluid. To be fluid is to be like water.
Mm-hmm.
But it just runs like water, just like a river. Everything's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Temperatures, according to the temperature. Because they're hot springs also. But they still make you.
Yeah. Never go off of rage. Go off of anger.
Right.
Go off of yourself and be one with water.
Right.
Yeah. Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
Bubble up. You know? Yeah, that's something you can really look at. Being slow to anger and maintaining yourself, because I could look at water sometimes as still. It's a certain piece. Well, it doesn't. It looks like it's moving, but it's kind of like the wind is blowing over.
Okay.
And it causes like waves. Waves are just like emotions, because motions are just like movement. You know? And over the top, it's like a smooth. But the waves go up and down, which is a balance in life. It teaches us as we look, as we see, no pun intended, see with the eyes, as we seeing this, the water, we can look at it and look at ourselves. Salt is in it. It's heavy. Salt, minerals.
Mm-hmm.
It's flavorful. And it's also, it tastes bright. It's light.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's what keeps us floating.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that yeah, exactly.
That's what keeps us floating.
Exactly. A lot of flat earther went. No, I look at AD when I said flat, because they said some other stuff before.
Okay.
About, what keeps us? They said it wasn't no gravity, but I like that.
Hmm.
Yeah. So we can look at that and then look at ourselves and say, okay, everything that's out in the universe is us, which exists within us. Salt, water, fire, and it teaches to be at peace at some time and balance. It's okay to go through ripples.
Hmm.
Ripples come. And it's not the waterfall. It's all about the air that blows.
Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes to cause a tsunami is great temperatures, changes temperatures. They say when the temperature's right, it's wrong at the same time, but it causes the perfect storm. That makes sense.
Yeah,
That's kind of wild, right?
Killed it. Yeah, you killed it. Yeah, it's the elements, the four elements of fire, water, earth, and air. You know, they all flow and they all go with yourself. You know, so it's the truth. You know, fire could be light, right? Is energy at the end of the day. That's what fire is. Water is flow with yourself, and flow is, you know, flow emotions. Air is just being one with yourself and flowing yourself and letting yourself be free of the world.
Right.
Earth keeps us tethered to the ground. So that's the truth of the way how I look at it.
Also, we have pipes to let out steam, which come in the form of volcanoes, which could be on islands, is on top of the water. Lava goes in it, separates it. It takes. How you could take a fight? Sometimes let's get a little deep. Let's get a little heavy, yo. And sometimes we could take the energy that's really heated right across steam. Like the smoke is like the ghost of the lava.
Okay.
Smoke is the ghost of fire. You put it out, it goes up in another form. You know what I'm saying? It goes back into the gas element, gas stages. There's many elements to us.
That's true.
Feel about that, so.
Yeah. Nah, you know you wise. You killing it. You know what I mean? You know.
Man on.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my feedback. You know, my allergies really hit me right now. It's really attacking me.
Right.
You know, but it's good. You know, the pores got to open up.
Exactly.
It's good. Yeah, you know.
Pores, water comes through, drip, eat, sweat, your temperature's up, and it's still water. You turn into water. It just leaves. And what's good is a lot of people like to talk about the bad part of, you know, allergies and stuff like that. But actually, it's just your senses getting rid of things like sweat. Your body's pouring water.
You got tissues right there.
Yeah, I see it. I
got
see
them all
it.
day.
Got you.
That was right here. Yeah. You know, so pores open up, and we're getting rid of toxins every day. We got to go to the bathroom every day. Every day we have to flush out the system. You know, every time we go to the bathroom, we taking out everything they put on us. Everything we inhale has to come out.
Right.
Certain time. Our body's constantly working without us even knowing it.
Yeah, that's true.
Magnificent machine.
Yeah. The immune system.
The immune system. Yeah. Eric put the citrus is so underrated. Somebody said eat a lemon.
Yeah, I heard about that too. Yeah, I heard that helps out a lot. More when you're like sick. I've never really heard it for allergies, but yeah, more when you're sick. I gotta look into that, I guess, you know.
Ginger.
Yeah, yeah, ginger. Well, you know, that's all the natural stuff. The citrus, gingers, cinnamon too, right?
Yeah.
You got turmeric.
You ever had really spicy food and all of a sudden you can breathe like extra good?
Word.
Whoa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta get the right spicy food. That'll really clear things up.
Yeah.
That's like with there's peppermint, the peppers.
Yeah, pepper. I wouldn't do peppermint, but maybe pepper.
Peppermint.
Like habanero.
Habanero. Shout out to Mexican right there.
Y'all use wings?
Huh?
Like wings? Like,
hot wings, spicy wings.
Yeah, wings, like wings too.
Get some buffalo wings.
Yeah, wings with that. I don't know.
That's going there.
Thanks,
going there.
But yeah. I know there's a couple ways of healing yourself. You know, obviously you got the Claritin, the Zyrtex, and all type of stuff.
Right.
You know, so I mean, I've been using Claritin, but you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
You want another one?
Nah, I'll be fine. I'll be good.
Right.
I can manage. Just a little stuffy.
Yeah.
So bear with me. But I'll be good though. I'm here enjoying myself.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Arc Vision says cayenne.
Cayenne, yep. You got the
peppers,
cayenne pepper.
Yep.
What's Yage? Oregano.
Yeah.
Oregano. Some people pronounce it oreganos. But oregano. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that cinnamon. Man, thank you. Man, look, the earth has everything that we need, man. You know what I mean? And it's in space. Is that right, AJ?
Yeah.
Well, we're all in space, technically.
Yeah, we're in space, but the earth is also in space.
Everything can be considered as space.
Yeah, man.
You sat up here before and said that you round.
Huh?
You did say that.
Yes, we are round like a pizza.
Yeah, but you said it. That's what that time in the park put him under pressure. You're like, yo, we are suspended. And you said we was a ball, and I said I was gonna call up most of
the dome is shaped in a curve, yeah. Like you know.
King Dome.
Yes, God's kingdom.
I gave you that one.
Yeah.
This is the King Dome.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So,
that one place.
Snow globe.
Well, some say it's snow globe. You know what I'm saying? There's some egg globe in shape. Well, anyway, we stay on our subject because we don't want to get to that's very touchy.
Yeah, it's too advanced.
They can come in as soon as you knock on that door.
yeah.
Boom. I want to call in right now.
It's like a war starts, right?
It's controversial.
Yeah.
Conjure.
Ain't that crazy though?
We want to
Yeah,
go
the
to
But people get so passionate in it too. Like that's even what I was saying. Like all that energy, people
Indeed.
they put it all into it. It's like, oh, I believe this happens. You know what I mean? It's kind of
Yeah.
wild. You know, so
It's like talking about space aliens. It's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
hey, it's always good to debate though. It's always fun. It's always fun to debate though. You know, have a good old fashioned.
It's like talking about Batman versus Superman or something.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Shouts to the wars outside though.
It's how you handle certain things, man. Some people talk about Shiva, then you talk about God, right? You believe in God?
Of course.
Yeah. See, you got aliens, gods,
Yep.
Shiva. You know what I'm saying? Who else? Thoth.
Mm-hmm.
All these are aspects, but we are here as a manifestation of the imagination. Like we are here to represent what said. Let us make man after our own image, right? Our own likeness. I'm going off. I'm not preaching right now. It's going in, right?
Yeah, you go in. You doing your thing.
I'm not preaching. I'm just going in. That's how I'm feeling. I'm off the T right now. It's not priest talking. It's the T. So we just here having this experience, and then whether you say something that is alien to you is something that you don't understand, unidentified. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? Somebody from another country could be alien. They call them an alien. You know what I'm saying? You never spoke it. It's alien to you until you start to communicating. Communication is key. You may not can understand what a person is doing, but you will understand if it can show you in different ways. It's all about communicating at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's what forms a circle.
The main key to communicating is listening. That's the main key. And if you don't listen, you're not communicating with nobody. You could talk all the words. People could meet words with each other.
Right.
But if you're not listening to those words, you're not really communicating. Y'all just talking.
Like that.
Yeah. It's true.
So you got to be able to give and receive.
Yep, that's a fact. Like, people typically, when that's how conflict starts.
Much is given, much is received. It says, how that goes? Much is given, much is received.
Yeah.
That's like talking and listening.
Mm-hmm.
People who talk all the time, some people is never wrong.
Yeah.
They do all the talking. That's why I like to listen sometimes.
No, you got to listen. And that's how you learn. Yeah, that's the main thing. People, if you talking during a lesson, you're not learning nothing. Teachers over here teaching 2 + 2 is 4. You're never gonna get that math.
Right.
That's how it goes.
It's wisdom.
Gotta listen.
It's wisdom, Solomon.
That's the key. You know what I mean? I don't talk a lot, but I listen a lot.
Right.
I pay attention.
Right. It's good.
That's truth, the word.
So good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Think about that.
I'm a wise man. I take a lot of ownership on that.
Hey. You know what I like to say? I like to say, seeing the growth is a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like a flower budding and start to produce fruits on its own.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, man, all you got to do is water the plant and then let the sun. We be acting like we growing the thing. Hey, what was that? Hey, D.
Oh, shit.
You barely make that type of mistake, man.
My bad. Hold on. Let me turn off the what's the name.
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
Oh, man. Yeah. So, man, y'all can come in. We're just building right now. This is what we used to do. This is what we call building the yoga of 2 ears and 1 mouth. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Listen more and talk less.
That's
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Never be afraid to learn.
That's the truth. Yeah.
We got that guest coming still?
Yeah. I
All right.
got him on standby soon.
Oh, all right. So, yeah, never be afraid to learn. That's when you start. See, it's a beautiful thing when you start discovering things and things start coming to you. Ideas, your mind start lighting up, man. There's type of dopamines and there's what's the other ones?
Hormones?
Yeah,
no.
dopamine. So,
Serotonin.
Serotonin.
Okay, I got you.
Oxytocin.
Yeah.
We always talk about dopamine. We serotonin, oxytocin, seraphims.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. We have the ox, all of that. The alphabet, the
Yep.
the oxytocin is in there, and you start lighting up. Then you be like, man, damn, everything start hitting me right. Then you grab you some tea or some water.
No, tea is always a great thing. I don't know. Tea drunk? Tea drunk is like it's like a great feeling. It's clean. It's like a clean feeling, so I take that over getting drunk any day. You feel me? That's the truth.
Yo, you know what?
It's fire.
And it stops right there.
Yeah.
It stops right there. It's like, when you get drunk, the first minute, the buzz come in and the room turns brighter. And then you have this enhanced hearing. Everything lights up. See, tea stays right there. It keeps you in a zone where you're just right there.
Mm-hmm.
Drunk take you over there where you black out. And then you just be like, man, damn, what's that? But it don't play though. Still spirits.
Yeah.
Still spirits. We dealing with herbs, whether we smoke them or drink them.
Oh, man.
Nature is wild. but it has a certain calmness to it, just like the ocean. And I told you, this is therapy for me. And getting into this therapeutic flow, it's a great thing. Shout out to Tuhudi Ma'at in the building, man. Word, Ceaseless One. Our supporter right there. He said, "Oh, he got the glass of Henny." I mean, nobody stop you if you drink your vodka, your Henny, your tequila. Have at it. You know what I'm saying? Everything moderately. I'm not here to preach at nobody. You know what I'm saying? They say it takes a little bit out. Now, if you can't, you know what I'm saying, I can't control it.
Yeah, you gotta enjoy it. I mean, listen, however you want to enjoy it, if you smoking, drinking, whatever, tea, whatever you want to do, it's on you, you know? Just enjoy yourself. I always say I'm an advocate for enjoying life and enjoying yourself and feeling good about yourself. So as long as you're doing that, you're fine. Never unhealthy drinking. That's the way I take it.
No doubt. Indeed, blessings.
It's a fact.
Life lessons and blessings is all of that. And keep you from guessing. Somebody said that alcohol raises the sustain, the blood sugar. Well, yeah, you know, it's fermented fruit. Somebody said boom, boom, boom for you too. That's what it is. This is like free love lessons that we're giving out, you know, and it's all about having dialogue. How many times could you sit down and have a good conversation with your son and be able to listen? You know, not just give it all out, jewels and stuff like that. The jewels are so heavy, boom. It's like that. You can learn. Yeah, you can learn. I learned from the sun. And the sun. You know, you're a replica of the sun.
That's the truth. Yeah.
So it's like, wow, if that's shining, then we can shine. See, the whole thing keeps coming back to us.
Yeah. That's a blessing.
Liquid light.
And you never know. You know, I might give you something that you never even heard before. You know, that's give you a different perspective on it. You know,
what I'm talking about.
That's the beauty of the new generation. We have new eyes, and we can see things probably a little different. You know.
Yeah, through that computer. Before we didn't have that, but y'all could just have a galaxy in your hand. That's what the phone is called. You got androids. You're holding asteroids. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. We thought about that with Mr. Spock and Captain Kirk.
Right.
It just made our imagination just go like a little bit. Whew. But right there is at your fingertips, right?
It's crazy, yeah, because I was pretty much born into it, right? Like, we just got cell phones. I mean, yeah, we started off with the flip phones, but I seen it evolve. Y'all seen it just started and evolve. So it's kind of crazy for y'all.
I remember life there was none.
Exactly. It's crazy. You had we had the little big, bulky, what's it called?
What?
The big, bulky ones? Like, you have to do like that? Like, it's not even like you even...
The Motorola's.
Yeah.
I used to have those.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
I was one of the first kids in school to have a cell phone, and I got made fun of it at first.
Oh, wow.
They're like, "Oh, look at this businessman."
That's crazy.
FBI. Yeah, FBI.
They'd be like, "Oh, what's going on, Mr. Businessman? You got his cell phone and shit." I'd be like, "Yeah, excuse me, I'm on the phone." You know what I'm saying? Calling my parents to pick me up. So I got made fun of in school because I was the first kid to have a cell phone and shit. That's how old I am.
See, you saw how crazy that's flipped now? If you did have a phone, you get made fun of.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Somebody
where's your
said,
phone? You look at them now.
Yeah, somebody said cordless phone.
Where they at now?
Yeah, you got headphones now.
You know what I'm saying?
What I mean? It's so crazy that even like the little kids have phones now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
They got special ones for kids where it just has, you know, they can call their grandma, their mom, emergency.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But nowadays, like, they got like smartphones at 7, so it's like,
Yeah, it's wild, right?
yeah.
My phones and all that. That's crazy. It's crazy how the world works.
Exactly.
I didn't get my first cell phone till like what? Was I say in the middle school, high school? It was like high school, yeah. So it's like my sister. I think she got her cell phone like at elementary.
Word.
Yeah.
I got mine in 8th grade.
Yeah, see, it's crazy.
Look at this guy.
All right, man. How you feel if somebody going through your phone?
Oh, hell no.
That's disrespectful.
She in trouble if she do that.
Well,
I'll be like, hey.
they'll put a lock on your phone.
That's on her if she wants to ruin her day.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
You should have a call in like that. Oh yeah, well, just run it. How do you feel out there if somebody go through your whole phone?
You shouldn't. Well, that's your privacy. You know, that's like me breaking into somebody's house and just touching things. You know what I mean? It's like that. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
That's a modern day woman type of thing to do now.
Yeah, would it feel like?
I mean, she's probably a Scorpio.
Let me look at the. Yeah, I'm looking at the. You said Scorpios.
Yeah, if you're dating a Scorpio, she's already been in your phone. You know what I'm saying?
Why do they do that? Let me see. I'm asking my ladies out there. Fellas, I don't know if fellas go through too many phones.
Nah.
What is it?
You did a Pisces girl, she'll be like, I don't even want to know. You know what I mean? It's just
I feel like if your phone, it's things of your past. It could be anything, right? It could be anything. It could be anything that you dealt with before. I mean, there's a lot of numbers. Sometimes you don't even forget to erase things. You move on.
Right.
But then when somebody picks up your phone and go through it, and then look through your look all through your phone, do you feel violated? Is that?
Yeah, it's disrespectful. It's your privacy.
You gotta know the situation you're in, though. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like, but everyone has their phones locked nowadays. You should always have it locked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me? Yeah. Not me. I'll never let somebody look through my phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not gonna see nothing. You're gonna see something you either like or dislike, and that's the truth. You know, it depends on who you are. If you looking through my phone, I think you violate my privacy. I never take somebody's phone and just be like, yeah, let me see what's going on. You know, that's just not my type of style. Like, I just think that's a little disrespectful.
Like Wallace said, she better ask first. Depends who. Oh, Debbie says, depends who. I know the ladies ain't gonna like this.
Oh, depends who.
Should you? I mean, how do y'all feel? Shannon said, who does that? Shannon, Southwest said, who does that?
You just gotta have that attitude, like, hey, it's none of my business.
Right.
Whatever you got going on, that's between you and God. It's none of my business.
I like that, AD.
Yeah.
Or something in the past, because you might not understand.
Yeah.
You might not even understand it. It might be like, and that could cause conflict. It could cause
That's
anything,
true.
right? If you're going through it. How y'all feel about that, ladies? Where you at?
Oh man.
We going there.
I strictly will tell them, like, you're not looking through my phone. You know what I mean? If you look through my phone and you see something you don't like, I have every right to like.
Somebody said a block phone. No, I know they can go in the block phones. They can get that passcode, especially during your birthday.
Yeah.
Don't put your birthday as your code, man. This should be played out.
Nah, nobody does that. I mean, I don't know about y'all people, but I put my code be very specific to something. You know what I mean? So I think it's disrespectful to go through anybody's phone in general. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like even if it's your kid or like even it don't matter if it's a relationship. It's like, come on, that's your privacy.
Yeah.
It's disrespectful. Man.
All right.
Man.
Yeah, we'll be right with you.
Hold on, let me get this.
Yeah. I'm weak.
Right.
Yo, man.
I just wanted to touch on that, man. I'm glad we went through it.
Okay.
All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to the Podcraft right now. This is shout out to Bragadino, man. He introduced this brother, man. To come to the craft. AD, you spoke to him, right?
Yeah.
This should be fun. Word. Let's go.
Ready.
All right. Go ahead and join now, brother. We've got DivineBeing Divine.
Peace. What's good?
How are you doing?
Peace. Yeah. Yeah. Oh wow, you're right up there in the AD's realm.
Hey, nice, man.
He's a great
Peace.
teacher. He's one of the he's one of the greats, but I don't think he's the greatest. But he's one of the ones up there. So I give that.
Yeah, I mean,
you that.
you have to really go through his stuff to realize what Santos knows. But
Well, a lot of people want to-
Okay.
for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Right. He is definitely. Yeah.
He led me on my
deli,
research.
He's deli in the Pantheon.
Yes.
Pantheon.
He led me on the research of what is all is Atum.
Okay.
The Egyptian said all is Atum. So today we still say that everything is made of atoms, but the difference is that the current model of an atom is incorrect.
Oh, really?
The true model of an atom is, I got Bragadino calling me. He's so excited right now. He's so excited that I'm on here. It's a dream come true for him right now.
That's dope.
So what I wanted to say was the current model of an atom is incorrect. Everything is made of atoms. We know that, but we don't know the true geometry of what an atom is. It's not particles. They call it a particle wave duality. So is it a particle or a wave? Well, I'm here to show you guys what I've discovered, and what helped me is that this is what an atom actually is.
Oh, wow.
It's a whirlpool of energy. It's toroidal in structure. But see, we're told, mainstream science tells us that our electromagnetic field simply just comes out of the North Pole and into the South Pole in straight lines, but that's not true, you guys. The true structure of the electromagnetic field, it spirals out of the top and spirals out of the bottom. I had a page that I'm trying to show you guys. I have to look for it. But basically, this was Nikola Tesla's greatest discovery, was the counter-rotating fields of magnetism. That not only does your electromagnetic field curve, but it curls. So I have the image here now. If you guys can see this, I want to show you this page.
Hey, there's the Hearth-Book.
Hey.
That's the Hearth-Book.
The Hearth-Book.
So this right here is your electromagnetic field. At the very top, you see that it swirls out, and at the very bottom, it swirls out. So what you see is this formation. This is found all in nature. We know that this shape is what creates the crown chakra in India. It's called the Sahasrara crown chakra. Why is it your crown chakra? Because it's the aura that is produced once you become one with the earth. So what I'm saying is, the point of meditation is to become one with nature. The earth has a north and south pole. You also have a north and south pole. So when you ground yourself or you connect with earth, you're sharing that north and south pole. Now your north pole becomes the earth's north pole. It's like stacking magnets on top of each other. They become one magnet. One more thing I want to say is this here. I have 3 magnets. This is one block magnet, and I have 2 little disc magnets on each side. I could even put one here. And what's happening is it's sticking to the plane of inertia. Magnets don't just stick to the top and bottom. They also stick to the very center, which is the plane of inertia, which is why your Milky Way galaxy is a flat disk. So yes, this Hearth-Book is a flat earth book. But it's not just a flat earth book, it's a truth book. And I didn't mean to cut you off there. What'd you say, Killah Priest?
No, I said, all right, perfect. This is a perfect storm right here. We was just talking about that. Go ahead, let's go.
And so look, so what I have on my face is Phi here. Phi is, we say God is everywhere. And that's right. God is in all things, not just all physical things. He's the not just he, God is sexless. I like to say that God is sexless, which is not male or female. And the devil, which means double, is male and female. That's why Baphomet is a male and female, because God cannot be a male or female. It's neither. It's spirit. Spirit is in all males and all females. So therefore, God is spirit, sexless. The devil is matter, both sexes. But what I want to say is this. God is infinite. It says in the Bible, God was, is, and is to come. So it doesn't have a beginning. Only things that are material have a beginning and ending. Spirit is eternal. So therefore, God is what is eternal. What is eternal? It's love. Love can never be destroyed. Ether also spells heart, also spells earth, because what produces your electromagnetic field around your body is your core corazon. What produces the electromagnetic field on the earth is the core. So our hearts, heart, earth, and ether, they all have the same letters because they're all the same. Everything is atoms. And what is an atom? It's this right here on my face. Look, I'm going to show you. This is amazing. What you have here is the Phi symbol. It's made up of a torus and a hyperbola, which makes this here, which is what you see when a nuclear bomb goes off. You have a giant mushroom cloud, which is the tree, and this hyperbola, or the snake eating its tail. I mean, that's actually the torus. What's happening here is this torus is made when a nuclear bomb explodes. It's the release of energy. So what is ether? What is God? It's eternal, infinite energy. Everything else is just the release of energy. So what is God? You can say an invisible dragon that never wakes up, forever sleeping. Or you could even say a nuclear bomb, but it explodes. It's energy. When it explodes, that's the release of energy. Ken Wheeler says people have it mixed up. They think that energy is a giant nuclear bomb. That's not energy. That's the release of energy. Energy is pure potential, which has the potential of creating that force. So force takes the form of a torus. So therefore, everything in the universe will take that toroidal
Torus field.
Everything is just the release of energy. God, the universe, I will say God is the universe. It's everything, matter and spirit. The universe has expressed itself into many for the simple joy of returning or becoming one again. And so what I want to finish off by saying is this. All religions tell us that we come from pure potential. And that's the goal, is returning back to pure potential. So Christianity says Jesus, in order to go to heaven and become one with his Father, he had to forgive his enemies. He had to say, forgive them, for they know not what they do. He couldn't say, all you guys who whipped me and tortured me and put the crown of thorns on my head, all of you guys, you're all going to hell and I'll see you. He would have seen them in hell if he said that. But he said, I forgive you, for you know not what they do. And it's not literal. But the point is that even if you're Christian, what does Anubis, the god, say when you die? He measures your heart against a feather, because if you have anger in your heart, you cannot return and be one with Osiris or Osar. You cannot be one with Osiris again if you have anger or hatred and your heart is heavier than that feather. So Christianity teaches you to forgive your enemies. Egyptian mythology or philosophy teaches you to be forgiving and to not be held down by anger and negativity. And here's the real kicker here. God is pure positivity, which is love. The devil is both positive and negative. Only on this earth, when you have a physical body, do you experience positive and negative, day and night, hot and cold, daytime, nighttime, sun and moon, which is hot and cold, radiation and gravitation. This is the repelling and attracting forces of a magnet. So duality is just, it comes from oneness. That's why we come from the Garden of Eden, and the Macedonian word for one is Eden. So it's the Garden of One. And we fell from the Garden of One, and we split into two. And one more thing. They say that Jesus' mother was the Black Madonna. Well, because we come from blackness, and Jesus would be the white sun with blue eyes, because it's the white sun in the blue skies. The Black Madonna is monad. That's Madonna. It's monad. Of course, Jesus, who bleeds red and blue out of his heart when he gets stabbed, there's blood and water that comes out, because the sun produces the red, orange, yellow, green, blue rainbow. So he's producing that rainbow, and Isis carries Horus, or Aset carries Heru. She holds her son because guess what? Magnetism, the mother, carries electricity, the sun. Magnetism carries electricity. That's why Nikola Tesla called the firmament, or the dome, he called it the luminiferous ether, because this is an electromagnetic field, which is just ether in motion, and it carries the luminaries. Therefore, the luminiferous ether, because the ether carries the luminaries, because magnetism carries electricity. That darkness carries light. Magnetism carries electricity. And so I know I probably am.
Nah, go.
I love it.
Yeah, you going in.
I love
You
it.
going
Well,
in.
Just like me, he's all over the place, man.
Yeah,
I love it.
this is where you do this at. This is where you
Well,
do this at. Welcome to
You
the
made
lab.
the Hearth-Book, right?
Yes.
That's
dope.
you.
Oh, you
Yeah,
created
it's
the
dope.
Hearth-Book.
Yeah, it's dope.
No, this is the
Yeah,
creator
yes.
No way.
of the
It
Hearth-Book.
took me 2 years.
Did I speak?
Wow.
I think I spoke to you once on
On Instagram, yes. I always
Instagram.
watch
That
your
was you,
lives.
yes, no doubt.
So
man.
wait, I got to tell you, because I first heard about that book from Embodiment Celestial. You know him, obviously, because you gave him authorization to sell the book.
That's right.
And so I was so blown away by Embodiment Celestial. I think he's a Pisces like me. I love the way he's putting out stuff in your book all over Instagram. He's going viral. His Instagram's blowing up. His YouTube's blowing up. And he's just unleashing all of these secrets on Instagram and YouTube. I'm like, yo, this guy's got, I thought I had knowledge, but this guy was going in and he's pointing out your book, and he's going to page after page. And, you know, I signed up for his course and everything. It's so interesting. especially when he talks about diet and all like that and everything. I wanted to add so much stuff to him when he was talking about astrology, because I know he knows a little bit about astrology, but like I can really add on to that. But man, you guys are all in the same realm of what we kind of talk about here a lot, especially with the Egyptology and everything. So it's great to have you on, and you were recommended by Bragadino. So
Yes.
that
Hey,
book
one
is
thing about
powerful,
that-
man. Go ahead.
One thing about the veganism and the diet is I tell Embodiment Celestial, his real name's Zach. I tell him the reason we are veganism, it helps you be lighter than a feather because it's not so dense. The reason we need when you're hungry, I told Zach, when you're hungry, you're not actually thirsty, because he already knows. There's two reasons of being vegan. One is because we love animals. I didn't mean to do the middle finger. The other one is because we just want to maximize human potential, which is body, mind, and spirit. Now, when you are vegan, you know that I tell Zach, it's not a vegan diet. Make sure you tell people it's a vegan lifestyle, because there's nothing to do with death. We don't want to use the word die, vegan diet. We like to say vegan lifestyle, because it's not just food. What we do is we sun gaze, we sunbathe, we want to go out in nature. And here's the four things that we're actually five things. We're earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. But the government denies the ether because they say we disproved the ether back when Einstein disproved it. But even though the government denies the ether, or mainstream media or scientists today, they deny the ether, they're even trying to take away the other four elements. They've already taken away ether from you. The way they take earth away is they put curfews during COVID lockdowns. I mean, you couldn't fly. You couldn't even go more than 500 feet away from
Did
your
you
house.
say curfews?
Curfew, like the government.
Curve.
The government was saying, stay home. This is a public health order in Australia, and they had drones saying, if you leave your home, we're gonna send police to your house until we tell you it's okay. So, limiting the earth, and not just during the lockdowns. I mean, since 1959, they had the Antarctica Treaty, where we can't go to the South Wall and we can't go to the North Pole. So we're limited on this earth. We're limited. So we're not allowed to go there. They put masks on your face, or tell you to put a mask. So they're reducing the oxygen, which is air, earth, and the basketball courts. The government they took away, the cities were informed by the government to take away the basketball courts. So now children weren't able to go play basketball at the park, and everybody plays at the park. So we had to stay at home next to your TVs and your PlayStation and your phones. So it's completely destroying your spiritual aspect of you. We're body, mind, and soul. So once they kill that spiritual part, you no longer have the motivation or the will to go outside and do things. So they make you weak-willed, weak-spirited, or weak-minded, and weak-bodied. And everybody has, and I just want to say, Dr. Sebi cured his nearsightedness. He said that he couldn't see across the street. And when he drank his urine, fresh morning urine for 30 days, he said that he went blind for 4 days because the mucus was dissolving behind his pupil and he couldn't see. But then he said when he removed these blinders from his eyes, he could see the smallest letters across the street. Dr. Sebi cured every disease known to man because he said there's only one disease, which is mucus. If you can get rid of the mucus, which aged urine does, you can cure every disease. That's why he cured AIDS, lupus, pneumonia, sinusitis, bronchitis, you name it. So yeah, I've started drinking my pee, and a lot of people say that's gross. Well, people drink alcohol, and it not only burns your throat, but it makes you stupid, it makes you slur. So you'll damage your throat for a good time, but you won't drink pee and make that same face you make when you drink alcohol to heal yourself instead of kill yourself. It's insane to me.
We've had quite a few guests on here. Shout out to Crumb TV. We've had a few guests on here that spoke of urine therapy. I think Santos even mentioned it also. I'm familiar with it, but it's not the route I could go to yet.
And a sister from Canada.
Yeah, and it's just from Canada. But what inspired me the most was hearing so much about minerals from Dr. Sebi. So I went into research about the sea moss. And so
it has 92 out of 102 minerals.
Right. So I bought sea moss just from the tincture. I know it's not the most purest form maybe, but I got this tincture that comes with bladderwhack. And just by adding that to my morning routine alone just made me so much more with like this hidden energy I didn't know I had. You know what I mean? I don't know what I was, missing. I don't know what mineral I was missing, but I'm just taking this sea moss every morning, and it's amazing. And like I've always been pro meat, you know what I mean? Like looking into bodybuilding worlds and everything like that. I'm like, nah, we gotta have that beef. We gotta have grass fed beef and everything. And then was interesting about Celestial is he pointed out, well, beef is good because it just has all the minerals. You can just get the minerals from over here. And I'm like, whoa. So it's just a good way to get dense minerals, which was amazing. And you do need some amino acids. But then what really blew me away was when I did more research, there's this bodybuilder named Mike Menser. And he's like one of the most, natural bodybuilders out there. And if you look at the diet plan that he promotes, it's 60% carbohydrates.
Wow.
And only 25% protein. And it's like, wait a minute. Like if you look at every other bodybuilder or every other type of like proponent for bodybuilding, they're pushing protein. Like you have to have like a gram per pound and all that. And then like, protein shakes and all that. And I'm like, dude, it's way too much protein. Like it's
check this out. The biggest, strongest, and longest living animals in the world are vegan. An elephant can crush you, vegan. A 500-pound silverback gorilla can flip over your car. Maybe you need 2 of them, but they'll roll it over like it's a couch, and they're vegan. Rhinoceros is vegan. A horse. Let me tell you something about a horse. What's the difference between a tiger and a horse? Besides a tiger being carnivore and a horse being vegan, eats grass and hay. Well, a tiger is only up for 3 hours out of 24 hours. That means it spends 21 hours breaking down the meat. A horse is the opposite, exact opposite. It's up for 21 hours and only needs 3 hours of sleep every day because it doesn't need to break down the meat. Green is the same letters as energy. Green gives you energy. That's why we call it horsepower.
But yes, that's fine. I got to give it to you. But I have to do a little kickback because they found out that gorillas do eat insects, and they eat insects and mice occasionally.
And what do those insects eat, Killah Priest? They eat nectar and stuff from plants. Most of them.
Okay.
Now,
So the point is when people say, I want to go eat a grass-fed cow. Well, you want to get protein from that cow, don't you? Well, where does the cow get its protein? Because I know it's a little baby. So how does that cow get all of its meat? It just eats grass the whole time. So what I want to say is the long.
Go ahead. Basically, you still veggie.
Veggie? What do you mean?
Still vegan. If you eat insects that eats nothing but honey, then it's still.
Well, this is why I don't eat honey either. Dr. Sebi notably said honey is bee vomit. It's the acid from a bee, so it's acidic, it's not alkaline.
You said Dr. Sebi said that.
Oh, okay.
He said the honey is the throw up of a bee. So why would you put in your mouth what comes out of a bee's mouth? That's how he put it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I don't argue with vegans anymore, but back when I did, I used to always make the claim, well, the reason why is that cows are able to, digest greens and grass with the 4 chambers that they have in their stomach, and they're able to assimilate those and turn it into more of a bioavailable form. Do you know what I mean? But then upon further review, it was like, well, that's great and all, but the body's going to pee out whatever it doesn't need. Do you know what I mean? So go ahead.
That's right. So look, when you're hungry, you're actually thirsty. Your body's made up of mostly water, 75% water. Each of your cells need water. This is why you need 3 meals of meat. You need breakfast, lunch, and dinner because you're not getting the water that your cells need for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So you're going to keep chasing to satisfy your cells. They need water. They're like, they're saying like, feed me, but they're saying, give me water, and you keep giving them meat, which is never going to satisfy them. So you got to eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, maybe even midnight snack. When it comes to veganism, I only need fruits and vegetables for the morning and up to the afternoon, and I don't even need to eat the rest of the day. I just drink water. So I don't need the meat to energize me. I get the energy I need right away. I stare at the sun in the morning, and I don't even think about food after 12 o'clock. Right. And this is why it's called breakfast. You're supposed to fast every day after, I would say after 3 p.m. Right. If you eat from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m., that's 9 hours, and that leaves a gap of 15 hours of fasting. So from 3 p.m. in the afternoon all the way to 6 a.m. the next morning is 15 hours of no eating. Therefore, you can have a proper breakfast because you're breaking your fast every morning if you fast the previous day. When you eat apples and oranges and mangoes, you're getting structured water, which is mineral water. It's not just regular purified water that's clear and see-through. When you can see through it, there's no minerals. It's neutral. When there's apple juice, it's golden because there's minerals in that water. When you drink that structured mineral water, what it does, it's selective antioxidant. And this is the real smart water. The smart water at the store is not smart. It's not intelligent like apple and oranges and mangoes, because check this out. The water in the fruits and vegetables that we eat that are non-GMO, that are alkaline, on Dr. Sebi's nutritional guide, that water is selective antioxidant, which means it knows which cells in your body are under oxidative stress. So it knows which cells to antioxidize, which hydrates them. So when you drink regular water, it goes straight to your stomach and it goes bloop, 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 because it goes straight to your stomach. Well, this water from fruits and vegetables, it doesn't go to your stomach. It goes sideways and up and around. It goes everywhere because it's actually hydrating your cells. It's doing what it's supposed to do. It's selective. It's smart. It's intelligent.
Voltage says watermelon as well. Watermelon water, yeah. What about coconut water? Definitely, right?
Definitely, yes. You can mix it with the white stuff inside the coconut and you get coconut milk. It's even better.
Coconuts have the good fat that we need too.
I need to.
So one more thing. This is the most important part. When you switch to alkaline veganism, what you're doing is you're switching to a lifestyle. It's not a diet. You're going to get the energy. You're going to need less food and more energy. The difference between a lemon or a lime and a key lime is the size. A key lime is smaller and it has twice as many seeds as a bigger lime or a lemon, because these are actually, they're not genetically genetically GMO. It's genetically manipulated, not modified. Genetically manipulated organisms. And the difference between a regular banana and a burro banana is that a burro banana is smaller and it has more seeds. So I noticed that when I switched from regular tomatoes to cherry tomatoes, the smaller the fruit, it's like the government just went around and stuck a needle in all these fruits and vegetables to make it bigger, but they're not, they don't have what you need. So me, I'm over here eating my key limes, putting it in my water and eating my burro bananas. And you're like, man, that's just, you have little ass fruit. How's that going to make you big and strong? It's because you don't need all that big shit. You need the real shit. And now I'm working out, and I'm gonna tell you guys, I lost so much weight. And real quick, I know you guys want to talk. I just want to say this. I lost so much weight when I switched. It was the best life-saving decision I ever made. I went cold turkey vegan. And let me tell you something. The salt that we're eating is not real salt. Table salt is not the same as sea salt. And table salt is one of the huge reasons why the whole world is upside down right now. Just by switching your salt, we can change the whole world. This is what my message is. Table salt is 1/3 sand, 1/3 glass, 1/3 salt. That's why it's cheaper, because they're just grinding up the sand at the beach. They're just grinding it up and bleaching it.
It looks like sand from the beach. That's crazy.
They just bleach it and they turn it white. So sea salt is evaporated ocean water. The table salt is not evaporated ocean water. It's glass and the chipped teeth from the sharks in the ocean. It's all kinds of crap. It's just bleached. So what the glass does, what table salt does, is it actually cuts your veins. And what your body does to protect you from all the little holes and cuts in your veins is your liver produces cholesterol. The cholesterol is there to patch up all the cuts. So now people get high cholesterol because they're cutting their veins with salt. And now the cholesterol has to patch up all the cuts and it clogs your veins and people get high blood pressure.
That's the LDL they talk about, right? The bad cholesterol.
And what the doctor does is he'll inject your liver to stop it from producing cholesterol, which is actually saving you. So now people die from low cholesterol.
Yeah.
Yep.
Instead of the doctor just saying, go get sea salt. He's like, oh, the problem is your liver. It's not your diet, it's your liver. It's not your liver. Your liver's protecting you from you cutting your veins. It's simple.
Yeah, but not gonna make money like that, right? As a doctor.
Exactly. And that's why Dr. Sebi was not a doctor. He said, I am not indoctrinated like these other doctors. He said he was a natural healer. He had nothing to do with doctors, but that was his name.
And that sea salt has iodine? The sea salt?
Yes, sea salt. It
has iodine.
It's ionized, yeah.
Ionized. Okay.
I did get from the superfood one time, I went and got this salt because I'd never seen it before. It was called desert salt. So you onto something right here. I was like, how's the salt in the desert? I knew probably years before it was under the earth or it's just sand, but you're right.
They have land salt, which is pink Himalayan salt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but this one was particularly called desert salt. I never saw that before.
Crazy.
And I had grabbed, I said, man, let me get this because I've never heard this before. I was just thinking, go ahead.
The deserts used to be under the ocean, but
yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
It's better when you just evaporate it. I wouldn't get desert salt, but I mean, I guess it would work, but you would just risk swallowing rocks and stuff.
Yeah. It was a long time ago, but I had it.
Wow. Okay.
Desert salt.
And that was one thing when I used to argue with vegans. I used to talk about cholesterol.
They call them vegans like that.
I used to, but I learned
vegans.
they're right about so many things, but it was the cholesterol thing. I'm like, well, men need cholesterol for testosterone, and you need egg yolks, and you need saturated fat. And then I found out that carbohydrates can create cholesterol. So then it's like,
Is that true?
You know what I think?
Go ahead.
So I was told this. There was a woman. I was on Clubhouse, which is an app,
Right.
and this woman said, she said, her mother used to cut the head and tail off of a fish before they used to cut it and fry it and cook it. They used to cut the head and tail off and put it in a pan. And so the daughter asked the mother and said, "Mom, why do you cut the head and tail off of a fish before we cook it?" And she's like, "Well, because your grandmother does it." So the daughter asked the grandmother and said, "Hey, why are you cutting the head and tail off?" She's like, "Well, because my mama does it." So she had to ask her great grandma, "Why does she do this?" And the great grandma said, "Well, because back in my day, we had a little pan. So we had to cut the head and tail off to fit the fish inside of the pan. So now we have bigger pans, but we're still cutting the head and tail off of the fish."
That's crazy.
So what I say is we've been bamboozled, hoodwinked. When I tried, I can still make an egg omelet without eggs. I use chickpea flour. And notice it's called chickpea flour. It's a chickpea omelet, and it tastes just like a chicken omelet, but it's not chicken yolk. It's chickpea flour and water, and it looks just like yolk, and it's yellow too. So
chickpea yolk. Oh man, well, you're on another level.
And look, and
I need to grab some of this, yo. Hold on, because we're gonna do a cooking show soon, man. I want some chickpeas
flour
yolk
omelet. You put bell peppers and onions, and it's just like it's like egg. It holds it all together. It's just same thing.
My God.
And
I love chickpeas too. Chickpeas are good.
you could even make aquafaba with you get the chickpeas and you boil them, and you leave the skin on the chickpeas, and then you take the chickpeas out. But what's left is the juice of the chickpeas when you boil it. That's called aquafaba, and you can use that as like
oh man,
you put in a lot of stuff. But here's one more gem: mushroom walnut tacos. You get spelt bread. You put mushrooms and walnuts and you blend it, and you get the mushiness and the crunchiness of an actual taco. And if I put lemons and if I put lemon and lettuce and stuff, you would think it's a real chicken or meat taco. You wouldn't even know.
Wow.
It's all about the seasoning, right? At the end of the day, the texture. I'm coming around to mushrooms. I had a little problem with mushrooms. Now I started studying my college.
You got to really cook them. A lot, because I think they have solane or something that
Well, yeah. Well, I told you I suffered from when I was a kid reading this book, Barbar, the elephant. I hate to tell the story, but that daggone thing poisoned them with the mushrooms. They probably tried to turn me away from mushrooms, but now I'm starting to like ease back into. I start with a little bit lion mane, get that the lion mane tea, and then what's the other one? The lion mane.
there's good shrooms
oyster.
and bad mushrooms.
Yeah,
Oyster mushrooms.
Yeah, oyster mushrooms. They're good. So yeah. So you said oysters and walnut.
Portobello mushrooms are good.
Yeah, portobello. Yeah.
Baby Bella. Yeah.
Oh,
Now, I know that diet.
$100. You gotta put that money out there for those, right? Those are the real mushrooms that you want. Yeah, okay.
We got a vegan chef that works with us over here too. His
And
name's
one more thing,
Voltage Controller. Go ahead.
Dr. Sebi said the nuts you want to eat that are natural. So when we say alkaline foods only, we're basically saying the natural foods that are untampered with, that have been here for thousands of years.
Right.
The yellow corn that we see, this is why corn oil is not good, or corn chips.
Yeah.
Corn, the big yellow corn on the cob. Corn was not that big, and it was not yellow. It used to be called maize, and it was colorful. And you can fit 5 cobs in your hand. That's how small it was. It was cobs, maize.
What?
And now you have these big yellow ones.
Who's
Yeah, when
this
I was in
guy?
school, we had these
killing it.
Native Americans that brought maize to school.
Wow.
Man,
Now-
you were going crazy right now.
I know diet is only a small aspect of what you show in that Hearth book. I
love the hearth.
What do you really want to tell us? Like, what's in the whole book? Like, I know there's so much. I know we can do a whole episode on every little aspect, but it's like,
what did you come up with that, man? Well, I mean, what happened? I don't want to mix up the questions, man.
Let's let him go in. I just want to let him go in.
Wow.
It's basically we're not allowed to go North or South Pole, and I always wondered, when I found out Santa is not real. Santa's just an allegory for Santa brings gifts to the whole world, and he goes back to the North Pole.
Right.
Well, your Claustrum's, Santos Bonacci said your Claustrum oil goes down and it feeds all your organs, which is giving presents to the whole world, and then it goes back up where it came from. Well, at the North Pole, we're told that there's elves there, which is little people. What happens when you go south? There's big people. So we live in this Russian nesting doll where the more in you go, the smaller people there is, elves, and we're the giants to those elves. But if we go outside, we're the little tiny people compared to the bigger giants outside the ice wall.
Wow. Okay.
So that's basically, or you can say outside is the past and the middle is the future, and we're in the present in this Midgard. And they call it Asgard is the center and hell is outside. But we're not allowed in or out. And the earth is, the water is always level. You only have formations above or below sea level. But I'm a flat earther 1,000,100% because
hey, man.
I am too, but I can only talk about it so much because it's so controversial. You know what I'm saying?
No, on
I
this
can
show,
prove it easily. I can do it this way. I can say this.
Let's do it.
Okay, the pole star that we have at the very top, it's called Polaris, right?
Yeah, let's go for the win on this too, please.
I
Like
got
when you hit this one, hit this for the win and just shut everybody down.
I'm gonna shut everybody down, brother.
Okay, let's do it.
Oh.
The pole is right above the North Pole. If you go 90 degrees north and you look up, you'll see Polaris, right?
Yeah.
It'll be a little bit off because it drifts a little bit. But here's the point. What was the North Star? It wasn't Polaris. What was the Egyptian North Star? It was called Thuban, which is one of the stars in the constellation currently called Draco. But back in the Egyptian times, it wasn't a dragon, it was a hippo. Okay?
Oh man,
That star was called Thuban, and today we have Polaris. So do you think, Killah Priest, do you think Thuban will return as the pole star again? Or it's up and it's never going to be the pole star again? What do you think?
space leave me out there.
What do you think?
You would do anything. The levels you're going at, it's like,
Man.
damn, do I think the hippo's going to return to the
It is going to return, my brother.
Yeah.
It never changes. What's happening is there's not a wobble of the earth. If we were really going around the black hole at the center of the Milky Way, then the North Star should change we should be getting closer and closer to the black hole, but we're not. The same pole star will return. So Polaris is the North Star, and it will be Polaris again in 25,920 years, which is 5 times 5. 1.61 times 1.61 is 2.592, which is the 25,920 great year. Each age is 2,160 years. We're at the age of Aquarius for the next 2,160 years.
Yeah.
It's the end of Pisces, which is why we're in 2023, because it's 2,000 years after the birth of Jesus, the fish of Pisces. Mormon is merman. Thank you, Bro Sanchez TV.
Hey.
Oh, have we just found the leader?
Shout out to Bro Sanchez.
Thank you for finally showing your
Flat
face,
power.
brother.
Yep.
Huh? Cause we trying to figure out who was the leader and where did it start.
Yo,
my-
but it was just genius of you to put that book together.
yeah,
because-
that book is incredible, bro.
And that's
Bro,
your
I can
artistry too, huh? That's your art.
I drew all this with all my pens. That's right.
Oh.
I spent
with
2
all your
years on
pens.
this. Hey, listen, it was only my research. I didn't plan on selling it or anything. I just wanted it free. I made a TikTok and I was telling everybody the 7 layers of Earth: stratosphere, troposphere, ionosphere, mesosphere, magnetosphere, exosphere, thermosphere. Those 7 layers are the 7 luminaries, are your 7 chakras. The Earth is a body, and the 7 layers are the chakras of the Earth. That's the rainbow, your chakras, the 7 layers, the 7 luminaries, the 7 days of the week, 7 vowels. It's all the same. It's all you.
Word.
Wow.
The 7 dwarfs.
Okay, keep going. What other topics are in that Hearth-Book? I know there's more. I know there's the aura. Go ahead.
Bowl and Tor is what you need to understand. This
Yes.
is a dual world. Look at this is the Egyptian symbol of the scarab, and it's actually the zodiac wheel. You have Aries and then Cancer at the top, Libra, and then Capricorn at the bottom. So this is your zodiac wheel where you get summer and winter. It's also your 24-hour day, where the sun is directly above your head at 12 o'clock and supposedly underneath your feet, or at the other side of the North Pole in China if you're in America. So what we talk about is redshift, blue shift, north and south pole. It's very simple. Redshift is right turning as it goes out. Redshift is, see, the word rot is red in German. That's why you have what's called the Rothschild family, which is the red shield. Rothschild. Rot is red, root. Your root chakra is red, rot. So the Torus field is a red field, radiation, and the hyperbola is the inside of that Torus field. It's the attracting force of a magnet. Everything returns to this center point. You call it the black hole of the Milky Way galaxy. So what people don't realize is that the Milky Way, it's the black hole at the center of the Milky Way, the galactic core. It's not just sucking in all matter at like a disk, sucking it into the center. It's also shooting out energy out the top and bottom. It's shooting out millions of tons of hydrogen, we're told. It's called an astrophysical jet stream or a galactic jet stream. So the black hole is shooting out energy out the top and bottom, and then it's sucking it back in. And this is what the Ouroboros snake eating its tail represents. It's the generation and degeneration of matter. It's just the repelling and attracting of a magnet. So guess what? Bro Sanchez taught me this. The ether is the eater, because magnetism goes out, that's ether in motion, and ether must return to where it came from. So it's the eater. It eats up everything. So we're told that there's just a black hole at the center. It's not just a black hole. It's a black hole and a white hole. The center of the Milky Way is a yin and yang, you guys. It's not just a black hole. It's the yin and yang. It's repelling and attracting because all is Atum. The anatomy of the Milky Way galaxy. It's called the anatomy. You can look at the anatomy of an apple, Atum, the anatomy of a human, the anatomy of an ant, the anatomy of the Milky Way, the anatomy of an egg, the anatomy of your eyeball. It's not actually a ball, it's a torus. Your eye is hollow, but there's something called the hyaloid canal, and it connects the top of your eye to the back of your eye, your retina. It's hyaloid because it's the hyperboloid. The hyperbola. So yeah, my book's not actually, I tell people when I go to the mall, they're like, oh my God, you're tatted everywhere. You have a new tattoo every day. And I'm like, yeah, my book's on Amazon now. Like, I'm famous. But I said this. I said, the most important thing is, lost my train of thought.
There'll be another train coming through.
Man.
There'll be another train, yeah.
Torus fields, man. I love how everything's been pointed out. It's
Torus and
Torus
hyperbola. Once you know how magnetism works, that's what it is. They say this. They say, "What is your book? What genre? Is it fiction?" I'm like, "No, it's not fiction. It's truth. It's like
it's occult science.
It's all my hard research. It's occult, yes, because occult is
Hidden.
Ocule. It's hidden right in front of your eye. It's in plain sight. This right here, the phi symbol, they're not trying to hide it from you. It's the torus and the hyperbola.
Wow.
There's nothing else besides this. This is their god.
Give me a high
The
five.
government loves nukes. You know how much the government loves nukes?
Talk to me. Woo.
Yo.
Yeah, I remember Santos was pointing out how we have a torso, and it's also our Torus field because it's the center of our Torus field that's within us. You know what I mean? Just like an apple has a Torus field and everything like that.
Oh, this is really good. When you cut an apple in half, that's where the seeds are. So for instance, if you have an apple and you cut it in half, the seeds are at the center, making up this star shape. There's 5 seeds at the center of an apple, which makes the 5. It's literally a star at the center of the apple.
It's a pentagram.
It's a pentagram, and it's showing us that matter must it takes a flat shape. So they say, why do you think the Earth's flat, but everything else in the universe is a ball? I'm like, look at Saturn, for instance. The planet Saturn, it's a gas giant. There's nothing solid about the planet except for its rings, which are flat rings. The rings are made up of rocks, which is asteroids, which is matter. So when you say everything in outer space is a ball, I'm gonna say the only solid thing in space is the flat rings of Saturn. Everything else is gas. Nothing else is physical except the flat disk. So if Earth is solid, then what shape is it gonna take? Well, look at all the other solid things in space. It's a flat disk of a ring. So we live on the flat rings of Saturn on this Earth, basically. And they don't.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't mean to cut you. I was just saying Saturn is the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. So everything takes that. It's just Saturn has a North Pole vortex that never ends. It's a never-ending tornado. It's actually a double vortex. Saturn looks just like this, you guys. It's a vortex at the top, vortex at the bottom, and that's why there's a hexagon on the North Pole of Saturn.
Jeez.
There's a hexagon on the North Pole, and there's a pentagram in the center of an apple, because geometry exists because of this. Out of this shape, you can make a star, a 5-pointed star, a 6-pointed star, a 7-pointed star. Matter of fact, it's called the 1,000-petaled lotus. It's 1,000 points. Out of 1,000 points, you can make a 5-pointed star, 10-pointed star, 12-pointed star. Here's the point, you guys. The government tries to tell us that
No pun intended.
the current science tells us that we evolved from a monkey brain to this human brain, which is called a neocortex, which is a new cortex. It's a new brain. So we went from a reptilian to a mammal to a human. Well, creationism tells us the opposite. It doesn't say that we had to grow a consciousness and randomly it was an accident that we were able to evolve this consciousness and able to have dreams at night. Well, it's the opposite. It goes from top down, not from down up. Everything is a reflection of divine intelligence. So, for instance, humans cannot survive a nuclear bomb, but we can build a vault that can protect us from a nuclear bomb. A cockroach cannot build a vault because it's a little cockroach. But a cockroach is so intelligently designed that it could actually survive a nuclear bomb. So everything, humans, we have an intelligence, but we can't survive outside. It's too cold for us. We're going to shiver. We're not werewolves, but a werewolf can live in the winter. So everything is intelligent in its own way. You might say a cockroach is stupid,
A werewolf
but it's
or a wolf?
intelligently designed.
Yeah. You said a werewolf? You mean a wolf, right?
My bad, a wolf, yes.
Gotcha.
And like, a bear, a wolf compared to a chihuahua. A chihuahua is going to shiver because it's the de-evolution of a wolf. See, I can prove that we have devolved, but you could never prove that we have evolved. A chihuahua does not become a werewolf, but a werewolf does become a chihuahua. So all we have is de-evolution, Killah Priest. We can never prove evolution ever. All we can prove is that intelligence just reduces in complexity, but you cannot get more complex.
Is this why our DNA has broken ladders?
Wait.
You know how it's like broken
I thought it was
ladders?
spiral.
Yeah, but our DNA, like, it has missing parts. It has parts
Gotcha.
that look like disconnected. It looks like it's breaking. It looks like a broken ladder.
Well, it looks like a ladder. I would say, you mean it's not like completely like solid. It's
Right.
see-through where there's gaps.
Yeah.
There's gaps between the rungs.
Yeah. It
Should
just
it
seems
be
like
straight? Should it be like a
I'm
ribbon?
just saying it looks like it's devolving. It looks like we're breaking off, like the DNA is
okay.
breaking. I don't know.
Oh, so it should be like a ribbon.
I don't know. Maybe it should be. Maybe it's supposed to be looking.
Well, do you
broken.
remember when Queen Elizabeth put her hand on that ball when she did like this tree before she died? She put her hand on this ball, and there was like these lights that lit up, and the whole tree lit up. Did you guys see that?
Damn.
Well, what I'm talking about is when Queen Elizabeth put her hand on this ball, it was like global peace. So she put her hand on this globe and it glowed when she put her hand on it. And it was a triple DNA helix. We have a double spiral DNA. But what they showed was a triple strand DNA because they intend to insert a third strand, which is a synthetic strand. They want us to transhuman into their agenda.
Which is why they forced us to do something.
And this is why people always say, why do you think it's a ball? What would the government benefit from Earth being a flat Earth? I mean, why would the government say it's flat? Well, first of all, they make $20 billion a year or more, 60 million a day. We pay taxes to the government, which pays NASA. Yeah. So,
You said
yeah,
man was made in the sixth day. I know you got something for that. Go ahead.
So, so they're using it not if they're using it to go to space. We've only went to the moon once and never went back. Exactly.
We went to the moon.
We went. No, we didn't. We didn't actually.
Come on, let's talk.
We went once and we never went back. Well, I can prove we didn't go to the moon.
Yeah,
because if we went to the moon. Supposedly, we put a flag on there.
Yeah, got you.
All you have to do, Killah Priest, tell any one of
you got me on
the Rocketeers.
Huh?
Anybody in the chat or anybody random person. All I ask of you, anybody, and I'll give them whatever. Here's the point. Just show me the flag that's on the moon, because supposedly we stuck a flag up there. So just pull out a telescope and just take a picture of the flag, and I'll believe that we went there. But
he got a serious point right there. Yeah. Why does Mojito look like that?
It's in a storage room of a movie set right now.
Definitely.
You're right about that. What's wrong, Mojito? You sleep? Yo, this is getting deep, man. This is real deep. Oh, this is real deep. That's a good point. It's a good point right there.
But here's the point. Why did they lie? Elon Musk said he wants to build a technocracy on Mars. We can't go to the planets. That's like trying on a rainbow. You can see the rainbow, but guess what? The rainbow is not physical. It's actually a non-physical hologram in midair. That's what it is.
This is a bit of light.
So the 7 colors of the rainbow, you can't get rid of one of the colors. You can't get rid of green and get rid of blue. They're all come as one. So those luminaries, they're not accidents. There is 7. There always will be. And the moon is not a piece of the earth that broke off and randomly it's the same size as the sun every single eclipse. The moon is not of the sun. The Egyptians said that Horus and
Great deportation.
The Egyptians said Osiris and Isis were brother and sister, but they were husband and wife. These are twins, you guys. This is the radiation that right turns and goes out. It's a right turning centrifugal divergence radiation. And they say the moon causes the tides, so it's left turning centrifugal convergence or centripetal convergence, which is gravitation. So you have hot, cold, positive, negative, repelling and attracting, because the earth is a big magnet. So the sun and moon are just the positive and negative aspects of a magnet. Every magnet repels and attracts out of the North Pole and attracts out of the South Pole. So the sun and moon is easily just the repelling and attracting forces. What is the solar eclipse? It's the magnetism and the dielectric field canceling each other out. It's called magnetic cancellation. If you have 2 magnets and you put a Gaussian meter, which measures the magnetic flux, you can measure the magnetic flux of a magnet by putting a Gauss meter between 2 magnets, and you will read 0 Gaussian flux. It doesn't mean that there's no magnetism. It means that the 2 magnets canceled each other's magnetism out. That's called 0-point energy. So all I mean is there is non-detectable, and that's why they say it doesn't exist. And this is why, Killah Priest, this is why they tell us that the inner volume of your atoms is 99.999% nothingness. You have to be. Does anybody believe that and say they walk around and saying, yeah, the volume of my atoms is nothingness? It's 99.99. How do you just walk around saying that? Not me. I know for a fact that the inner volume of our atoms is everything, which is pure information. The inside of your atom is information. The outside is formation. What is it? It's just ether. It's called magnetodielectricity. Every atom is polarized. I can prove it. If you have a magnet and you break it down into 1,000,000 pieces or 1,000,000 atoms, each little atom of that magnet is a magnet. So every atom is a magnet. Everything. And this is why the earth can't be a ball with a molten iron core. Because if you melt a magnet or you put a lighter underneath it, the magnetism will lose its attracting ability. A magnet will lose its magnetism if you heat it up, but it becomes a super magnet if you freeze it. So the center of the earth cannot be hot. The earth would not have a magnetic field if that was so. No material, if you heat up a material, it will not be a magnet. That's how you demagnetize magnets. I have a magnet right here. And if I heat it up with a lighter, you'll see the little magnets start falling off of it because it's going to... Do you know how a magnet formed, brothers?
A magnet formed?
How do you... Okay, before it becomes a magnet, how do you magnetize it?
She don't know, actually.
When if you have a magnet and you put it next to your forks and spoons and your knives, like your silverware in your kitchen, like your steel spoons, you can make that fork become a magnet and it can pick up other forks. How do you magnetize that fork?
Oh, from other magnets?
Well, no. Well, yeah, sure. But how do you magnetize the first magnet in the first place? Well, I'll tell you. It's the same way. It's like this. This magnet weighs the same before and after it becomes a magnet. So the atoms don't change. The number of atoms don't change. The direction of the atoms change. You're lining up the atoms. That's what it means to line up your chakras. Because when you line up your chakras, you're lining up your atoms, you become a huge magnet. So the atoms are all different. You line them up all north poles of every atom, because every atom has a north and south pole, when all the north poles are facing up, the whole object has its north pole facing up. It's easy. So what it is pressure mediation. It's like this. An intensified aura is just a coherent field. What is the difference between a 3-volt light bulb and a 3-volt laser? A 3-volt light bulb is dim. It's not going to lighten up the whole room. You can barely read a book at the other side of a room next to a 3-volt lamp. But if you have a 3-volt laser, it's the same energy, 3 volts, but inside of a laser, where the light isn't like a light bulb going in all directions. It's pointing to one point. That laser can burn a hole through your pants. So the difference between 3 volts in a light bulb and 3 volts in a laser is the alignment, or every glass. And you have light going through that glass. You can create a magnifying glass. You don't even need a glass. You can use the dome is not glass, you guys. It's a magnetic field. You can actually, real quick, you don't need a glass to magnify something and burn it. The sun is a focal point because you can use water as glass. If you have a Ziploc bag and you don't have water, you can pee in it. You can pee in a Ziploc bag and use the sun to go inside of your pee, and your pee will focus the light. That's why I love the human body, because we're so intelligent. You can make a fire with your pee in a Ziploc bag.
Wow.
So that's all I want to say, is that the sun is a focal point and water's above you guys.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I wanted to say,
Yo, man.
check your computer real quick. I want to make sure that you close any other apps because you're coming in a little choppy. Just wanted to make sure that your computer is using the most resources to broadcast your Zoom. I don't want it to freeze on you every now and then as you're talking because it's a little choppy. Just want to make sure, close any other apps that might be open that are unnecessary, just so that we get the full bandwidth from your incoming
I
stream.
think I have them all closed. I'm not sure what it might be, but I can
You should
I
be
can
good
always
then.
come back and do more shows.
No, you're good.
Man, you definitely gonna get a key.
You're good. I just wanted to make sure,
man.
right?
Craft room, dropping those jewels.
Yo.
Hit the super chat, y'all, if y'all have
said
any
kill 'em.
questions.
Yeah, I know somebody had a good question.
Oh, we got one from Ceaseless
man.
right here.
Shout out to Ceaseless, man. He says, go ahead, what he says.
Ceaseless One says, "Yo, Priest, I see you started the tea ceremony without us, so can we take a 4-minute break to hear the Heaven Raza?" Yeah, we'll play that at the end, brother.
Indeed.
Shout out to Ceaseless.
Shout out to Ceaseless. No doubt. We gotta play that. Word.
But yeah, any questions out there? Let me check out the super chats here real quick. But yeah, man, like I said, that book was just, I'm about to buy that book. Cause like I Celestial.
Yeah, I watch it all the time, man.
Yeah, he's always posting about that. I'm like, yo, this is deep, especially when he starts bringing up the astrology. Do you know what I mean? Because that's,
yeah, guys, I want next time I come with you guys, I'd like to share some slides with you guys, and I can talk less and just show you everything I'm talking about. I can show you better than I can tell you.
Right. They say pictures worth 1,000 words.
We got a super chat from Freddie Callie. He says, "What inspired you?"
Truth. My family is Christian. I have like a Christian background. They're not actually Christian anymore, but we grew up Christian. We went to a few churches and we tried them, and my parents didn't end up liking it, and I didn't like it either. All I did was I used to color the boat with Noah and all of his animals, and Noah saved I thought these stories were beautiful or whatever, but I realized that they're all allegories. And it says in the Bible though that you will know the truth and the truth will set you free, and that's true. The Bible has a lot of truth if you know how to read it.
That's deep.
So that's what liberation is about. It's truth. Let me give you an example. When you're walking up your stairs and it's dark, you don't know what stair is the last stair, or you don't know which step is the last step. So you're kind of cautious, and you're a little bit scared because you might fall and break your back. So when it's dark, that's like having no knowledge. You don't know what's in front of you. You don't know what is the next step. So the lack of knowing is confusion and fear. When you have a light bulb on, you can see the stairs. You're no longer scared or confused. So it liberates you.
Like that.
So knowledge is liberation, knowing what's in front of you. Or when you have dark water versus clear water, you rather have clear water because you don't know if there's an eel in that water.
Priest, we have time for him to go through some slides real quick, right? I just want to get as much out of this as possible.
No, he's coming. He's definitely gonna come back. But yeah, we got some time for some slides.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you access to the screen share. You're all set. Whenever you want to share
Shout
screen,
out to
go for it.
Bragadino once again.
Yeah, I just want to see what he's got while he's here.
How do I
you know what I'm
share?
saying?
How do I share this?
Oh, through Zoom. Yeah, there's a share screen button on the bottom of the Zoom.
Share screen. Okay,
Yeah.
boom, got it.
Yo, that's cool, man.
All right, you guys see this?
Yes, I'll fix it so they see it better. But go ahead.
I got Donald Trump up here with the golden ratio on his hair. That was just a little funny one. All right.
Oh,
But
wow.
the thing is, it's even in your teeth, it's in your fingers, it's in your ear, it's in all over nature. There's a bunch of documentaries about phi. And I've seen one where this guy was like, you only see it in nature because you're looking for it. Well, this guy, it's not a belief system. It's either you know or you don't know. And I'd say he's a non-believer, or he believes whatever he's saying. You don't want to be a believer or a non-believer. You just want to know or not know. Nikola Tesla said, one who is insane thinks deeply, but one who is sane thinks clearly. So let's have some clarity here. This is called the golden rectangle, where it's made up of equilateral squares. So you have, let's zoom in. You have a 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. This is called the Fibonacci sequence. A man named Leonardo Pisano from Pisa in Italy. So Leonardo Fibonacci, he noticed that in nature, you will see this sequence. So this is called the field daisy. What you notice is the branch starts off as 1, and then it breaks off into 2 branches, and then it's 3 branches, and then it's 5, and then it's 8, and then it's 13, and there's even 13 flowers up there. So we see the 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. Even the leaves will take this. The first leaf is 1, then 2 leaves, then 3, then 8. So in nature, you will see the 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. What is that number? What is that random 1, 1, 2, 3, 5? Well, that's the Fibonacci sequence. So what you do is you get 1, and then 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 3 is 8, and 8 plus 5 is 13. So that if you keep doing that, 8 plus 13 is 21, 13 plus 21 is 34, 34 plus 21 is 55. And what you're doing is you're making these equilateral squares, but it ends up making a rectangle. So the sequence is 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, 89, 144. So 144 is in there, and then 233. So here's the point. When you look at a sunflower, not only do you see the counter-rotating fields of magnetism right away, right here, it's left turning and right turning, like right as it goes out, that's the sun, left as it goes in, that's the moon. But even the number of spirals, you have 34 spirals going right and 21 spirals going left. That's the Fibonacci sequence. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34. 21 and 34 is there. Well, guess what? No matter where you go on Earth, if you pick up a pine cone and you look at the bottom of that pine cone, you will see 8 spirals in one direction and 13 spirals in the other direction. Every pine cone. So every pine cone has 8 going right or 8 going left, 13 going the opposite direction. That's 1, 1, 2, 3, 8, 5, or 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. So you have the 8 and the 13. So I did this. I went to the park and I picked up a pine cone and I counted it. I used a marker and yes, there's 8 going left and 13 going right. This is
Shout out to Mink.
this golden rectangle, which has the Fibonacci sequence inside of it, because each square has that many units. Let me show you, like right here. You can see how there's 1 unit, and then it's 2 by 2, 3 by 3. So I know it's a lot of numbers. I don't want to confuse people. That's why I said let's talk about clarity. These numbers will never change. It's the Fibonacci sequence: 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. Boom. Now, what you do is you connect the corners with an arch, and it's a perfect quarter of a circle. So if you keep making this arch, you get the golden rectangle. So the Fibonacci sequence it produces the golden spiral. Okay, so just from looking at a little flower in the field, and you say, look at this plant, it's 1, 1, 2, 3, and it splits into 2, splits into 3. Just by knowing that, you can create the golden spiral. So now the golden spiral, check this out. It's not just in the sunflowers and the pine cones. It's the reason why we have a cowlick at the top of our head. It's the reason why the capital hill of Rome. Do you know why it's called Rome, you guys? Rome, it's actually pronounced Roma, or even Rama, Rome is the head of the world, as in Aries, Ram, the head, because your body is the 12 zodiacs. Ram is the head and Pisces is the feet. So if Rome is called Rome, then there's telling you that they are the head of the world, the Ram. That's why it's built on
Ram.
it's built on Campus Martius, the hill of Mars. It's over there. They even have Areopagus, which is the rock of Aries.
We have to bring Santos back.
And we're in
This
Aries
guy-
right now.
This
Yeah.
guy's going
And so look,
crazy.
this is the hill, Capitol Hill. They call it that because this was a hill where they when they were building it, they found a skull on this hill, and it's called Caput, your head, Caput Hill, the head, Caput, your cap. So it's Capitol Hill, and we have another Capitol here in America. Well, this Capitol Hill is where Julius Caesar, the dictator of Rome, the first emperor, well, his successor was the first emperor, which was Augustus Caesar, but Julius Caesar, he used to climb up Capitol Hill every morning. He was like so this was significant. This is the golden spiral, or the counter-rotating fields of magnetism, right turning, left turning, Torus and hyperbola at Capitol Hill in Rome. So this is how significant, you guys must know what this is. Your electromagnetic field is not straight lines, it curves and curls, and it proves the flat earth. It just, and I still haven't told you why they're lying about the globe, because that's gonna shock them. I'm gonna leave that for the end. But look where else you find this Fibonacci, this golden spiral. This is beautiful right here. This is called a Killah plant, or a toothpick weed. This plant right here, it's showing the counter-rotating fields of magnetism, but not only that, it's each little flower is doing it. So let me zoom in even more. Look, each one is spiraling.
Inca. Well, I'm sorry. Shout out to Demetrius for that one. That's an Inca word too. Well, not an Inca, but Tupac is a Mayan word, right? Or Aztec.
Yeah, the Demetrius Barnes pointed out that Tupac spelled backwards is Caput.
Oh, yeah. So
that
look,
would be Aztec.
Go ahead.
it's just, we would just call it American, North and South, because North and South America, it's symbolic. It's like see, our ancestors were so connected, like South and North America, it's just America. Like, you don't say, oh, I'm American and I'm Brazilian. No, we're all Americans, because you're either in North America or South America. In fact, we're all Atlanteans, because there's not 7 oceans. There's only one ocean, the Atlantic Ocean. This is Atlantis.
Oh.
But anyways, the fractal of magnetism is in everything. So look, I'm sure you guys have seen this. This is called the Sumerian tablet. And it's the sun god tablet of Shamash. And what you see here is the
Shamash
golden
is the
ratio.
sun god. Yeah, there you go. Come on, let's
The
go.
golden ratio. Yep, it's right here in this. So people are trying to say, like, they try to literalize these things, but and what you even have in here is there's a giant and there's little people. Because like I said, when you go North Pole, there's little people. When you go South Pole, there's bigger. South is out, North is in. All compasses point to the North Pole. That's the magnetic mountain. If you were to chip away a little piece of that magnetic mountain called Mons Invisibilis, it's not actually physical, but I'm just giving you guys an analogy. Don't take it too far. If you were to cut a piece of that rock at the center of the earth, you would have a permanent magnet in your hand, free energy. So why do they hide the flat earth? Because free energy. There's a magnetic mountain at the center of the earth. We could all have permanent magnets in our homes. Well, not only that, the reason they tell us it's a ball is because they're trying to scare us to say that the asteroid destroyed the dinosaurs. We're not actually drilling for fossil fuel, which is dinosaur oil. I mean, they tell us the dinosaurs decompose, and the oil we get is actually the blood from the dinosaurs. It's actually the blood of the earth.
Oh, wow.
When you drill in your bones of your body, your blood is produced by your bone marrow. So your blood is produced in your bones. So where is the blood of the earth produced? In the crust, where we're drilling for the oil. We're drilling in the bones of the earth and pulling out the bone marrow and calling it oil. Wow. It's a being, and it actually regenerates itself. So when you know that, they're putting a price on the earth's blood, which constantly rejuvenates itself. It's infinite. It should be no charge. If we knew that we're taking an infinite source, because everything on this earth is infinite. That's why if you have an apple with 5 seeds, you plant those seeds and you have apples forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, infinitely.
That's fine.
Humans are the same way. So look, the golden ratio is. Oh, so wait. I was saying that they're telling us if an asteroid killed the dinosaurs, and most of the world believes it because we have all these museums. Yeah, dinosaurs were here and they're not here no more because the asteroid.
Yeah.
Well, now the government's going to say, look, there's an asteroid heading towards Earth. And if you don't upload your consciousness into the beast system, the quantum computer, then you're going to die. So they want us to upload our souls to the computer and put us on a flash drive so that they can send us to another planet. But that's never going to happen. What's going to happen is you're going to fall for it, and you just sold your soul, gave up your soul because you wanted to live.
And the first part of that is part of Project Bluebeam.
I think there's a
And the root of all that too is part of these propaganda films like Jurassic Park to destroy the alpha males first by ruining the diet and ruining the water and poisoning the food so that alpha males can't stand up for everybody and fight back as well. That way it's going to be easier to transition. Go ahead.
Now, this is your eye. People say it's your eye, it's an eyeball. It's not a ball. It's actually a torus. What you have is this. This is the phi symbol. It's your eye because it's everywhere. All is Atum. This stick right here is called the hyaloid canal. It's right there. It says hyaloid canal. It's the hourglass at the center of every magnetic field. Let me show you the hourglass I'm talking about right here. This is the hourglass. That's why you see the bottom of a black widow has an hourglass. The bottom of a black widow is it's a big ball like this, and there's an hourglass right dead center. Why? Because it has no other choice. Who else can explain why black widows have an hourglass under their bottom?
love the Black Widow too.
Exactly, brother. It's the magnetic field. It's the Torus field.
Wow.
This is how everything
Hold on,
works.
let me give you a bomb for that, bro.
No, it's two Torus fields,
I
right?
gotta give him a bomb for that one.
There's actually 4 of them.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
That was fire.
There's 2 mid pressures and 2 high pressures. So check this out. These
Go
are the
ahead.
2 mid pressures. If you guys can see my screen here, these are the 2 mid pressures. The energy swirls right as it goes out of the top and into the center, and it swirls right as it comes out of the bottom and into the center. This is why every magnet can attract into the center, because the energy goes out the top and out the bottom into the center, but that's just the 2 mid pressures. When you raise your frequency, you have a high pressure which shoots out the top and it goes past the heart and it goes into the bottom of you. And then it goes out the bottom of you all the way past the heart and into the top of you. So that you have to create a high pressure for the energy to go, because your heart is absorbing the energy. So for the energy to come out of your head and go to the bottom of you, it must go past the center of you. So that's what it is. When you create your intensified aura, they call us tree huggers or hippies. We're just creating that strong field. And what does that do? It's infinite creativity and pure positivity. You get rid of all, you're not sad, you're not angry. You forget why you were mad. Your brother just stole your shoes, or someone just spilled their coffee on your shirt, or your tire just popped. When you are one with nature, the energy flows in you, through you, and out of you, and you have no choice but to just feel positivity, because that's what magnetism is. It's pure positivity.
It's the ether. It's the love frequency. It's the 5th element.
And that's why love is called an emotion, because what is love? It's invisible, right? It's energy in motion, emotion. Love is just ether in motion. It's just energy in motion.
Electric
And
motion.
so we return to that energy. We become.
Awesome.
That's it.
What do you think, Priest? What do you think?
Man,
That's some deep. That was all
beast.
full circle.
He's a beast, man. Yeah, I think, yeah, he going in right now.
I got one last question, one last topic to come from my end, and then I'll be quiet. But I want to wait. I want to see if you guys want to ask anything first before I give him my last question. You guys want to ask him anything, or
No, you good. You good. Do you?
you good? Real quick, let's hit these super chats real quick. Agenda Tony 1 says Divine Being has been doing the work for a while now. Respect the hustle. Shout out to him for that. There's another super chat that we had earlier. It is from.
Yeah, I spoke to you on my IG a couple of times, back and forth.
Oh,
Yeah, we did. Yup.
Yeah,
That's
indeed.
it's a lot of learning.
Dominic
That's dope,
Duolos. Dominic Duolo says, ask the brother how we can follow his work. Also, which religious system is superior from best to least?
The Indian system influenced the Egyptian system, which influenced all the other systems. So
Okay.
For a long, I know a lot of people say that Egyptians influenced the whole world, but I used to think that too until I discovered the Indians had a huge part that influenced the Egyptians. Buddha becomes Ptah.
Nice.
I know Tahuti, who's been on your Podcraft.
Hey.
He'll say the opposite, that Ptah influenced Buddha. I'll say Buddha influenced Ptah, so he can debate me on that.
Say that again.
Oh,
That's cool that you know Tahuti.
We could
Tahuti said that Ptah was the original and that he influenced Buddha because Ptah is Buddha. Buddha.
Buddha.
I'm saying it's the opposite. The Indians influenced the Egyptians, and Ptah is a ripoff of Buddha.
And you're willing to sit down.
And I'm going to say that the Egyptian pyramids are so perfect because we had to trial and error in order to get that perfect. So those are not the first pyramids. Those are the best perfect pyramids ever, but we had to mess up to get there. So America has the older ones and Egyptian has the newer one.
So,
And are they on ley lines?
They're all ley lines. What ley lines are is they're the magnetic field lines of the earth intersecting. So if you want to find these places, all of our ancestors built their pyramids and churches around or on certain ley points. So like I said, the Pyramid of Egypt is amplifying the Earth's electromagnetic field. It's on a ley line. How can you look for ley lines, or how can you tell? You don't have to go all the way up in the sky and look down and be on a UFO. All you have to do is there's two ways. You can use a dowsing crystal. What it is a string with a crystal like quartz, and you go
Like a
above, you go on top of the land, and you hold your crystal still, the energy going out and in. And I'm gonna tell you why the energy goes out and in. The sun, every year, the sun is going towards the North Pole doing a small loop. And every winter, the sun goes out and does a big loop. So the sun is going in and then out, in and out. It's doing this shape, you guys.
Like a vortex.
So what's the second way to look for a strong electromagnetic field to build your, if you were a pharaoh and they said, hey, pharaoh, where do we build our pyramids, sir? And you're going to say, well, let me use my eyes, and you're going to scan nature. What are you going to look for? You're going to notice that all the trees go straight up, but you're going to notice that there's a certain tree that is deformed and it's spiraling. That's where you want to build your church, around that tree. And a lot of churches have trees at the center of it because they built around the tree, because they look for the tree with the most with the most effect of magnetism visibly, observably present. So that's it. You can use your dowsing crystal or just look for the tree that has the most deformity to it, because it's not deformed. It's actually following it's sitting on top of a ley line, so it has no choice but to take that shape. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. So you can just use your eyes if you don't have a quartz crystal and a string. You know, it's nothing like, there's nothing hocus pocus about it. You know, crystals and string, it's like, no, just use your eyes and you can see in nature where magnetism is present, you guys.
Nice. We got a friend here who's from Australia, fella B. He says, are the southern lights the reflections of the outer cities past the ice wall? You know what he means? You know what he means, right? How in the southern reflections.
What ice wall?
All those stars.
Yeah,
that's right. He's right. Oh, no. You're not looking at the stars of lights beyond the wall. There's a chandelier at the center of the earth. It's a vortex. So this vortex is what they call the black hole, and all the planets are going around the black hole. The black hole is not up there, and people say we're in the Milky Way. The Milky Way's up there, and we're in it. You're not up there. We're down here, and the center of the galaxy, the Milky Way black hole, is actually the center of the earth. So they're not lying when the science tells us that the sun goes around the Milky Way galaxy. Well, the sun is going around the black hole at the center of the earth. You see that? It is going around. So, and when they tell us that the sun is further away from the earth during summer and closer during winter, if that was true, you guys, if the sun was closer to the north hemisphere during summer, or if it was closer during winter and further during summer, then how come summer in California is hotter than summer in Australia? If the sun is closer to the South Pole during their summer should be hotter, but it's not. The maximum heat for Australia is only 124 degrees. The maximum heat The hottest summer in California was 134. It's 10 degrees hotter in Cali, even though the sun is supposed to be closer to Australia than us. It doesn't make sense on a globe.
Yeah, they want us to think the sun.
Texas or Arizona, out there.
It is hot, and that's because the sun is smaller and it's right above your head. If you think the sun is
how
right
big
above
is the
you,
sun?
It's only about 33 miles in diameter, 30 to 60.
Damn.
That's why 33 is a significant number. Not
All
only
right.
is it 33 vertebrae in your spine, they say the sun is 33 miles diameter. It's only about 60 to 600 miles away.
It's definitely not 90 million miles away like they talk about. Not with that heat. We got
Okay, now
go
what
ahead.
wall of ice was you talking about?
Oh, AD with the ice?
Yeah, ice walls.
It's the ice wall. It's the Antarctic wall. That's just the ice. The dome is, people think that the ice wall is what makes the dome, that the dome is just a giant, like we're living in a giant igloo and the ice wall goes all the way up to the ice ceiling. It's not like that. There's an ice wall, and when you go,
Yeah, you have me now, huh? Ah,
it's
yeah.
like this.
Now we got to
Listen,
deal with that ice wall.
when you go 55 degrees south, his name is Admiral Byrd. He went
I
past
knew Bird was
south,
coming up.
and he
Hold
went
on,
to
make
the
some
north.
noise for Bird. Admiral Bird.
This is what Admiral Byrd said. He said, if you go 55 degrees south, you will not find any life, not even enough wood to make a toothpick, not a branch of wood or a tree or a plant, not a twig or a pine cone, nothing, no life. It's ice. So if you go to 55 degrees in Africa south, or 55 degrees south in South America, or 55 degrees south in Australia, no matter where you go on this flat earth, if you go 55 degrees outwards, there's no life. So if it was a ball, it should be the same. There should be no life 50 degrees north, but there's so much life. In fact, Admiral Byrd said there's so much life even when you go 85 degrees north. 85 degrees north is basically 5 degrees away from the center North Pole. That's how close he was to the North Pole. He said he went 85 degrees north, which is 5 away from 90 degrees center, where all our magnets compasses point to. Admiral Byrd said there was so much life at 85 degrees north, but there was no life 55 degrees south and more. So not 55, not 65, not 75, it was dead. Therefore, it's not a ball, it's a flat disc, and the more out you go, the colder it gets. And at the center, it's not cold, it's hot. They say there's no life at the North Pole. There's so much life there. In fact, it's the eye of a tornado. It's the Garden of Eden, because the center of a tornado is peaceful. It's the eye of a storm, and it's so quiet, you can hear the drop of a needle.
That's exactly what the super chat was asking. It says, what is the correlation between the South Pole and the Garden of Eden? I think he means the North Pole, right?
South Pole is just going out. You're going out. You're separating yourself from where it all connects to. If all of us go to the South Pole, we will have separated our distance from each other. But if all of us go to the North Pole, we can all put our hands together in one center. You cannot come together at the South Pole. It's just an outer wall.
Yeah.
How hot is the sun?
They say that the surface of the sun is only 5,000 degrees. And so you can only imagine the center of the sun. They say it's 100,000 degrees, but we're told that the surface of the sun is 5,000 degrees and that lightning on Earth is 30,000 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're told that lightning on Earth is 5 times or 6 times hotter than the surface of the sun. So that tells you that the sun is a little ass dot compared to the lightning bolts of Earth. The sun is not fucking huge, or else wouldn't the sun be hotter than lightning? No, it's a tiny ass little sun, and lightning is more powerful than that sun. Facts.
Jeez.
Hold on, man, because that's not dissing the sun like that. Hold on.
I'm just saying, look,
that big
the
thing.
sun is electric, and so all electricity is the sun. So magnetism carries electricity, and magnetism carries lightning, which is electricity. The sun and lightning are the same.
Why the sun got to be so small? Yo?
It's just because this is Mother Earth. Why? Okay.
The sun.
Listen. Yeah. Why is Horus sitting as a baby on his mother's lap? Is Horus bigger than his mother, or is his mother bigger than him?
Mother's bigger than him.
Again?
Exactly. Horus is sitting on his mother's lap, Isis. So therefore, this giant Earth is Isis, and Horus is this little baby that
That's
the mother
a painting, though. I could paint something where people are bigger than trees.
Of course, but it's telling you that the sun is not the god.
I gotta break down that painting now, because you went into it.
This one?
You almost had me. Yeah. Because you said it's a painting. So in paintings, you can make things look bigger than they actually are.
But check this out. This
the sun and the moon, because there's.
Check this out.
Yeah.
The sun, we can tell its distance, that it is that small and it is that far away by angles. When you look at the sun's rays, they go in it like a pyramid. So if you follow the rays to a point, you can say that the sun is right there where those two dividing rays separate from. It's like it's an angle. So if the rays were like this, then you're going to say the sun's way up there. But since the angle's like that, you can say that the sun is right above the clouds. But science is going to say, oh, well, don't believe your eyes. But that's what my eyes see, is that the sun is right there above the clouds, because you can follow the rays to a point. That's called triangulation.
And that's when the sun is raw.
Nobody said don't believe your eyes. Who said that?
The news says it's a mirage. Like, for instance, when you can see over the Lake Michigan from Grandmere State Park, you can see Chicago from Michigan across the Michigan Lake. That's 53 miles of water. Mm-hmm. Supposedly, the Earth curves after 3 miles. You're not supposed to see 3 miles with your human eye. But how come we can see 53 miles across Lake Michigan, and the news says it's a mirage?
Yeah.
They tell us that.
You can see the Statue of Liberty from 60 miles away.
After 3 hours,
you
don't see anything.
3,000 feet of missing curvature there.
Right. So you add that.
Carry the one.
You can add that to
the other 300,000.
Yeah, I want to remind everybody that the link to his to the Hearth-Book is in the description. Someone was also asking, how else can they follow you? Your Instagram?
What? Yeah.
My Instagram is it's DivineBeing I also have a SoundCloud. I make music.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
We're gonna get into your music too. Hearth, what is that, an acronym? What how did you come up with the name?
Well, no, it's just a combination of earth and heart.
Earth.
And it also has the same letters as ether.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just because your earth and the heart they're the exact same.
The truth Hearth.
Yep.
Truth Hearth.
Hey.
Word, no doubt, man. Yeah, man. It's like, I would think like Hertz is in there. Hertz in there too. That's dope.
So here's my last question though. I just wanted to ask, or I just have you talk about, was I've been going through a lot of astral projection lately. Do you know what I'm saying? Which are like a lot of just crazy, vivid, lucid dreaming and stuff like that. And Embodiment Celestial was talking so much about how he's able to also do that same thing, but I think he's able to do it a lot more than I am, because he's having more conversations with random people. Can you just talk a little bit about astral projection real quick?
Yes. So we have something called good trips and bad trips. When you do mushrooms, you can have a good trip or bad trip. So it's your inner determination which determines whether you have a good or bad trip. So you don't want to do shrooms when you're already stressed out or sad or angry, any of those negative emotions called the 7 vices. So you have to purge the negative energies, and then you can do shrooms, and then you won't have a bad trip. So the reason I'm talking about shrooms is because it's the same thing happens when you go to sleep. Every time you go to sleep between 3 a.m., actually from midnight to 3 a.m., so from 12 to 1, from 1 to 2, and from 2 to 3, you go through what's called REM sleep, which is rapid eye movement, REM sleep. What that does is your pineal gland is releasing DMT, dimethyltryptamine, into your bloodstream while you sleep. So you're having a trip, dimethyltryptamine. So when you sleep, you can have a good dimethyltryptamine or a bad dimethyltryptamine. That's a good trip or a bad trip. So the same applies to your dreams. How do you have a good trip or bad trip on shrooms? You have to get rid of the negative energy. How do you, what's the difference between you having a good dream or a nightmare is the same as having a good trip or a bad trip on shrooms or during your sleep. So veganism, because listen, when you eat meat, you're actually, you're absorbing the negative energies that the animal absorbed, because animals are getting ripped away from their families. They're being tortured and slaughtered. So you're going to absorb that suffering energy, and you don't think about it. See, our ancestors, the Indians of America, they didn't just go around hoarding all the cows and hanging them on a conveyor belt and slaughtering them, they would actually kiss the cow and say, I love you, cow. And when I eat you, you will become one with my body, and we together will be one with the universe. So it was loving. Today, the people who work at the slaughterhouses, they just want to get paid. So there's no love behind what they're doing. So all I'm saying is veganism is a way to help you be lighter, and therefore you will have good dreams and you will be able to astral project, because you should not be controlled in your dream. You should be the one controlling your dream, because it is your dream. If it's your dream, that means you're in control. If it's a nightmare, someone else is in control, AD. If you dream that a clown is chasing you, are you really getting chased by a clown, or are you the clown chasing yourself in that dream? You are every person in that dream. Wow. There is no one else in that dream except you. You are playing every character in that dream.
I'm always flying. There's so much flying.
Me too. I'm always Spider-Man.
Oh, really? Nice.
Every time. And here's the thing.
It's like very kaleidoscope for me.
So when you dream, it's a scientific fact that there's no face in your dream that you make up by yourself. You don't just make up images of faces in your dream. Like, okay, Killah Priest, you've done performances on stage in front of lots of people, right?
Yes.
Now you might not focus on each person, but there's thousands of faces, and your subconscious is going to remember those faces.
Like a sea of people.
So when you go to sleep and you have dreams, and you have a dream that you're rapping at a concert again, all those faces in that dream are probably the same faces from real life. You just brought them back out of your subconscious. They're not new people. It's the memories that you don't even think about. Like when you're driving down the street and the corner of your eye is seeing people driving on the left and right, your peripheral vision picks it up and it gets into your subconscious. So when you dream, all those faces in your dream are actually people that were driving next to you, or even the guy who you paid to get gas from, the guy at the gas station. Your mind is just plugging in things. So the point is, you're actually acting out all those people in your dream. So now when you wake up, it's no different than saying that all of us, 8 billion seemingly separated participants, were actually one mind. There's not 8 billion people separated. Maybe we're separated by matter in our physical bodies, but we are all one spirit. This is one mind. There's not 8 billion people. There's 8 million bodies, but there's only one soul, one source. The universe is expressing itself as all of us, and that is it. This is actually a dream. And we all have the same mind. We don't have the same mind, because you have a body, mind, and soul. We have different bodies. Obviously, we all have different fingerprints. We have different minds, because me and Killah Priest have different memories, and we have different ideas and different fantasies and stuff like that. So we have different minds and different bodies, but we both have the same soul. My soul, your soul, and his soul and her soul is the same. You can't differentiate source. It's all one.
And then there's an astral realm that you can get to, and you can collect knowledge, have conversations with other beings and stuff like that. Because I've had straight up conversations back and forth with people that they're telling me stuff that I've never heard before, and it's actually taught me stuff. I know my imagination isn't that smart it's like literally having a conversation with someone else. They're giving me dates, they're giving me numbers, and I'm like, I'm learning from these people. It only lasts seconds for me. You know what I mean? But it's so memorable. I know I'm in some other realm, some other dimension, some other space.
Yeah, that's good, AD. That means that you don't have a lot of negative emotions that are limiting you from doing that. Because people actually tell me, Divine, I don't even have any dreams. Not only do I not have control of my dreams, but I don't even remember my dreams. I don't even think I dream. And I'm like, well, you need to start. There's something that's blocking that. I mean, honestly, you could have dreams, but it's also true that you can forget them instantly.
Yeah.
The moment you wake up, you could just forget them. So you're gonna say, I didn't dream last night. Yes, you did, but you just forgot.
Yeah, I have to tell myself to remember it while I'm having the dream. I'm like, I know this is crazy, but I need to tell myself I need to remember this. I need to remember this. And when I wake up, I do remember it. I remember details. I remember conversations, but I have to tell myself to remember it during the experience. It's just so vivid and so real, and in the moment, it's ridiculous. But it happened more after I stopped drinking. I would cut back on the weed. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe
and
that's
like
what
I would
it
eat
is.
more carbs. I literally just increased my carbs. I'm talking like the cereal and stuff like that. Like there's more sugar in my bloodstream when I'm sleeping, but then the dreams are just way more intense. I'm sleeping way more deeply, and the out-of-body experiences of floating so blissfully.
So good, right?
It's incredible, man. It makes it like, oh man, this is a whole other world. This is incredible. I just wanted you to speak
And
more on
so,
it. 'Cause- go ahead.
so this is the scientific way of looking at it. AD, it's called being conscious within your subconscious mind. It's called the reason it's called dimension is because there's two mentalities. It's dimension. There's two minds. There's the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. When you're conscious within your subconscious, you've brought your consciousness or your awareness into the dream realm, which means you're super conscious because you're aware that you're dreaming. So you're shifting your awareness to your dream, which means you're conscious within your subconscious mind. It means you're not asleep. If you're aware that you're dreaming, you're not dreaming, you're awake. That means you're lucid dreaming because you're controlling your dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, that means you have full control of the dream because you know it's a dream. So it's called super conscious, being conscious within your subconscious mind. And the only way to do that is think about it as you have unlimited powers. You can be, you can stretch your arms out as far as you want. You can be Spider-Man, you can fly. And that's being unlimited because we come from infinite creativity. And when you think about what is writer's block, like when people try to write a rap and they can't think of anything, man, I can't think of nothing that rhymes. It's because they have something in them that their chakras are blocked. Well, all that means is you have some mental obstacle in your mind. Maybe last night you argued with someone. You got to go say, hey, man, I'm sorry. I forgive you. And you're going to realize that you have all this thoughts flowing through again.
Crazy, man.
That's all, and that's all it is. It's not me saying this. This is what the Egyptians said. They said you have to weigh your heart against a feather to have a successful death. Death is door to the ether. In order to go through the door to the ether, you must have love in your heart. Hate cannot make it through the door. Only love goes through the door.
It's interesting. That's also the scales of Libra.
It is. Yeah, I have a fiery sword for Aries and a Libra scale for
Dang.
Libra.
Are you an Aquarius or a Taurus?
I'm Capricorn, brother.
Wow, no way, man. That's crazy. I wouldn't have thought that. That's crazy, man. Wow. Okay, cool.
Capricorn is like a ram too, right?
Capricorn is the goat.
Yeah.
As it climbs back up into spring.
Well, it's interesting. A baby goat and a baby ram are both called lambs.
Talk about
So
it.
they're both a lamb when they're a baby.
Talk about it.
The Lamb of God.
Just like a chicken and a rooster, or a hen and a rooster, even though a hen is a girl and a rooster is a boy, when they're babies, they're both called chicks.
Right.
Fella B says, I can hop back into the same dream. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, I have the same dream. I'll be like, I was in this dream. It's the same scenario. When I turn the corner, there's gonna be bad guys, and I gotta hit them with my web as soon as I turn that corner.
Oh man,
that's the dreams I be having.
Wow.
that sounds crazy.
Okay.
Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And Deja Vu, there's a guy named Osho. Deja Vu explains that we are not just our bodies. That people, I mean, I have to prove that we have a soul or a spirit, because people say, what happens to us after we die? Well, you don't die because you're not your body. Your body dies. You are the soul, which is eternal. You never die.
We're immortal.
So it's like
Your soul's immortal.
clothes, like the body.
It's like Avatar. As soon as you die, you wake back up. You're like, oh shit, that was crazy. You go back to source.
Well, it's like this. It's actually Ptolemy, you know how he gives us the Ptolemaic system with the earth as geocentric, and then you have the moon, Mercury, sun. Well, Ptolemy said that you actually have something called it's called the angelic hierarchy or the celestial hierarchy. The celestial hierarchy or the angelic choir. But when it comes to the elements, he says that we start off as minerals, then you graduate and become a plant. Then you become an animal, then you become a human, and then you become a star or an angel. So if you graduate, you get to become a star or an angel. But if you don't graduate, you go downwards and you're like a snake or something.
Wow.
So it's a privilege to be a human. And think about it. We're humans, you guys. We can see, you have water animals which stay in the water. You have land animals, and then you have sky animals like the birds and the eagles. We are all three. We can go deep in the ocean in a submarine. We can go Mach 3, 2,500 miles per hour in an SR-71 Blackbird. We can go fast, high, slow, deep. We're human. So that means that whatever you were before, whether you were a bear or a koala or a snake, you did so good, you graduated to being a human now. And if you do good again, you can be a star after.
Wow.
And if you don't, you're gonna have to come back here and be a human. And it's not that being a human sucks, but it's just you're limited.
And that's soul work, right? That's why we have to, raise our frequency now. That's the whole point of the Bible, right? We have to raise our frequency, raise our kundalini, raise our chakras, follow all that good, the right-hand path.
There's basic instructions.
Basic instructions before leaving Earth, exactly, right? So that once we do, transcend, we are the higher frequency, and we don't go.
And not only, it's not just you go to being an angel. Because what if you say, well, what if my spirit animal is a eagle, and I want to be an eagle?
Remember that movie
Well,
Lobster?
Yeah.
They did anything. They ever saw that? They could be anything in Lobster.
Yeah, lobster. Yeah. So your level of consciousness, or I would call it your spiritual strength, if you're spiritually strong or spiritually weak. I mean, think about it. We have monks and people who meditate their entire lives, people who shave their heads.
Yeah.
Because the reason they shave their heads is because they're disconnecting from materiality, returning to spirit. We were born naked and we go back to being naked. So
It's like monks and monkey too.
nature, yeah.
Yeah. Turning back to nature.
What's happening?
I'm with you. Go ahead. Catch that next train. I see you. You're playing the thought.
This is crazy.
Yeah, this is good. This is heavy. Go ahead, bro.
It's like just returning. What was I saying about the monks? They cut their hair.
They shave their head to separate themselves from
Materiality.
materiality. Yeah.
Was another one.
And I assume they don't eat meat also to get rid of that lust, because
Well, that's because they meditate for days at a time without eating. They just sit there. Oh, let me bring this up. Okay, in America, we have something called the marathons, where we run around the whole city, right? Did you know in Africa, there's these Africans, I'm not sure which country of Africa, but what they do is they run across the entire desert. They even do this in the Middle East. So there's a lot of deserts out there. They'll run across the whole desert and back, like miles. And in America, what we do is we have to drink a water bottle after every mile. We run a mile and we stop and go, and we got to drink water, gulp, 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 and we keep running. In Africa, what they do is they get one spoon, a tablespoon of water, and they put it under their tongue, and they don't drink it, and they can run all day without needing water, because that hydrates you. When you drink it, you're kind of wasting it. You just want to keep it under your tongue, and you will stay hydrated the whole day. And that's how those Africans in Africa are running around the whole desert without running out of water, because they keep it under their tongue.
wow.
I wish my cousin was here.
Wow.
Because I used to do this when I was back in the days. I would get more hydrated by pouring water over my face.
Then drinking it.
Yes. If you pour water, I would just go let the water, I would drink a little bit, but it would just spill down my shirt. Everybody who know me, I would let the water drip down my chin and my shirt, and I'll be crazy hydrated.
Yeah,
Wow,
that's
yeah.
it.
I wish I knew that during track.
Yeah,
Right.
just put a water under your tongue and keep it there. You don't even need a lot. Just don't drink it.
Native Americans used to do that.
And that's why when it says it in the Bible, Jesus went in the desert for 40 days, 40 nights, kept water under his tongue, or pee under your tongue. AD,
Yeah.
you said sea moss. We talked about sea moss, which has 92 out of the 102 minerals.
I was just going to bring that up. Go ahead.
Your urine has 102 out of the 102 minerals.
That's crazy. But you're also doing alkaline teas, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
urine has the word "er" in it too.
Well,
It's from Atlanta.
but besides the urine therapy, what is your sea moss routine? You're doing sea moss. You're doing because I know celestial embodiments pushing all of these herbal teas. I'm so curious about those.
You can put sea moss on your face and it gets rid of wrinkles. You let it dry on your face.
Okay.
It'll make you look younger, because you are what you eat. And sea moss is 102 out of 102. It is you. So if you put it on your body, it becomes you. It gets rid of the wrinkles. It'll fill in those crevices.
What's your sea moss routine?
I put it in my milkshake. I eat it. I put it on my face, my whole body.
Every
Yeah.
meal,
Wow.
every time you consume, it's sea moss.
Yeah, look, I want to maximize my body, mind, and soul. It's all about maximizing human potential. It's just only the golden spiral goes infinitely up and up and up. They want us to go down, down, down. The human body is devolving if we listen to the government. We're getting blinder, nearsighted. Half of America is obese, men and women. I mean, adult and children are obese, overweight. So none of our none of the Egyptians, Mayans, or the Asians or Chinese, none of them were obese or blind. None of the Egyptian glasses. I don't see no Mayans with glasses or statue of David in Europe with glasses or Julius Caesar. None of them were overweight with glasses.
Isn't our
because
go ahead? I don't want to go ahead.
well, it's just because we're good people, and we want to believe our government because we have faith in our government. You know, we see these smiling faces. You know, we see Obama and Donald Trump with these suits and ties and these beautiful white smiles, and we just trust them.
Well, they wasn't
But we-
watching TV either. Back then, they wasn't watching TV, and they didn't have cell phones. You know, with all these
You're right.
the wrong rays going in their eyes.
And the classrooms were bigger back then. We used to be out in nature under a tree, and now
There
we
you
have
go.
classrooms which limits your eyesight because the classrooms are only 10 feet by 10 feet.
Right. And then you under the sun, and at nighttime, your eyes become more better because you don't have all these lights, so you become more
Artificial
keen. That's right.
Yeah, the movie called The Mummy, The Mummy Returns, and The Mummy with Brendan Fraser.
Right.
In that movie, you know how it takes place in Egypt. There's a scene where they have a mirror, and the sunlight comes in through one hole, and mirrors that reflect off all of each other. And now you have your whole room is lit up just by one light source and having all these mirrors in your home. You don't actually need lights, you guys.
Wow.
It's the sun.
That's
and
right.
the mirror.
Isn't
That's
go ahead.
yeah. Go.
I was gonna say, isn't our first priority to make sure the pineal gland is not calcified? Isn't that the number one
yes.
thing? And isn't that what CMOS protects? Is our pineal gland? Isn't that the number one thing we should be protecting?
It'll re-nourish your pineal gland because it's calcified, which means it's solidified. You want it to go back to being a little mush, since right now it's being hardened, and you don't want that. It's turning into a rock. So you want to nourish it, and that's why veganism is so. You want to hydrate your pineal gland and get it watery and get it fun. And it's supposed to release all these juices, and it's hard right now and solid. It's not even working.
And
So
yeah,
there's fluoride in our water, but it's not just it's in our showers. When you take a shower with hot water, the hot water is opening your pores, and the fluoride goes into your pores and it rips apart your DNA. And when they take a CPR test, which tests for COVID, CPR stands for it's a PCR test, my bad. PCR is polymerase chain reaction, invented by Kary Mullis. He invented the PCR test, and he died before the breakout. And I just wanted to say that the PCR test it's a polymerase chain reaction, which means it takes copies of whatever element is present in the sample. So if you give a saliva or a blood sample, the PCR test is just making copies or amplifications of whatever's there. And what's there is loose genetic material from the showers, from the fluoride, ripping apart your DNA. So everybody says, oh, I'm positive for COVID. No, what they found in you was your loose genetic material being ripped apart by fluoride in your shower.
so we definitely need those shower filters.
On that note, always take
Alkaline
cold
bead
showers.
shower filters, alkaline beads. You
Yeah.
can get shower filters.
Alkaline beads.
Okay.
Okay, and then
Get different one. Get you don't get the same brand. Get one for upstairs, one for downstairs. Try them out.
and we should be drinking spring water.
Yeah, and add key limes to it, or you can
Still
add.
water.
Okay, so
you're making you make living structured water when you add fruits, when you add key limes to your water. Like if you get spring water, it's neutral because it's clear. But if
Right.
you add key limes, it becomes opaque and you can't see through it. And the more I add enough key limes until I can't see through my water, and I know there's enough minerals in there, and I drink it, and that's all you need the whole day. When I go get tatted, they're like, make sure you eat 4 hours before you get tatted. I'm like, I didn't eat shit. I just drank a whole bunch of water. I'm good.
oh wow,
I got my whole head tatted. It's crazy.
dang,
Wow, that's crazy.
that is crazy, man.
Let me see the other side. What's that?
I got the this side is the
Yeah, see that?
this is the cobra with wings. It's on King Tut's throne.
Yeah.
On King Tut's throne, he has the seraphim protecting his. It says in the Bible that the seraphim protect God's throne. Well, King Tut is protected by those winged serpents on his throne.
Yeah. Come on.
And you got the Alpha Omega. I see
Oh,
that.
yeah,
Quetzalcoatl.
Alpha and Omega.
Quetzalcoatl.
It comes out of this. So the Greek Alpha and Omega, the letters, it's the beginning and end of the alphabet in Greek. It's Alpha to Omega, which is A to Z. Well, the letter, the A and the O is actually this here, which is it's the Egyptian pharaohs. They hold it's called a winnowing flail and a shepherd's crook. The winnowing flail is used to whack the wheat to make wheat bread, and the crook is used to herd the sheep. So it's a shepherd's crook. So you have Aries and Libra, which is the shepherd's crook, and the winnowing flail to hit the bread to make wheat during the fall. That's when you harvest bread during Virgo.
Exactly.
That's it. It's just Aries. When God says when Jesus says I am the Alpha and the Omega, it's basically the Pharaoh saying, I am Aries to Libra.
Aries to Libra. That's the kingdom of heaven. That's the New Jerusalem. That's crazy, man. That's good. Good shit, man. God, I can go on and on.
Yeah.
We gotta let him come back. You gotta come back, man. You definitely gotta come back. This has been great, man. Oh man.
I thank you guys so much. Killah Priest, I love the Podcraft.
Man, thank you so much, man.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
You heard the latest music?
Yeah.
It's been going in, man. It's getting deeper and deeper, yo.
I got music, but I don't have music videos like that. So Killah Priest, you got the music videos. That's my dream, is to have music videos like that and be in some dopes. Like you're living it, brother.
Oh, no
That's
doubt,
amazing.
man. We'll talk, man. I got I got one of the illest animators, Dave Flores. So we'll talk after this.
Bro,
afterward.
I'll pay top price. I need to get my message out
Say
there.
no more, bro.
Yeah.
Say no more, man.
You might want to look into the AI animation for some of your stuff, because you just type in the prompt. You know, when you're talking about Egyptian and stuff, the cannabis plant and all that stuff. The AI will create a morphic video. It might be more psychedelic for what your music is. I haven't heard it. But...
Oh man, let Dave Flores do it, bro.
Oh, that like
the
animator would be good too. I'm just saying.
Let me tell you, my thing is, it's 5D, not 5G. So I rather make my whole book naturally by hand than AI. Nothing against AI. I'm not against it. It's just that the government is forcing stuff that we're not familiar with against us.
True.
And it's not giving, they're not giving light to natural. They're saying, look how beautiful the AI art is. But what about our art? It's done by humans and there's meaning behind it.
You still smoke weed?
Heck yeah, I smoke. Let me tell this to the whole podcast here. I used to cough a lot when I smoked weed out of blunt wraps.
Yeah.
I used to smoke backwoods and Dutches, but I used to cough, and I told my mom I want to go get my tonsils removed. And she's like, don't do that. She's like, just stop smoking weed. I was like, nah. And she's like, well, maybe it's the blunts. And I was like, maybe it is the wraps. So what I did was I got a bong and I got a magnifying glass.
Oh,
and
wow.
I light my weed with the sun's light. And you can taste the sun.
Oh, wow.
You're not using light.
That's how you better give us some
So
props,
no
bro.
butane lighters.
I'm playing games. This man smoking weed with the sunlight.
And look, that's how you get the 4 elements: earth, cannabis, air, because you're breathing in the air, water in the bong, and fire from the sun. That's earth, air, fire, water in a bong.
And you get high as hell.
And you get high, which is
and then the
ether.
most high. The most high.
Yeah,
you be the most high.
The Royal Highness.
Oh, and look, in the tabernacle, in the Jewish system, or the Hebrews, what happens is, it's called a tabernacle, where it's a meeting place. And that's where they talk to God, because behind the veil inside the tabernacle, there is something called the Ark of the Covenant. It's supposedly in the Solomon now. But the point is that this is your temple of Solomon, the sun and moon.
Yeah.
The veil, the only person who can talk, it says in the Bible that God will speak between the 2 angels in the mercy seat, between the 2 cherubim that are on top of the Ark of the Covenant. So between the 2 cherubim is the 2 hemispheres of your cerebrum, is what it's talking about. God speaks to you between the 2 angels, or the 2 cerebrum. And it says that only the high priest can speak to God. Well, guess what? The high priest is not the man with the big thing on his head. It's every one of us. Because when you smoke weed, you become a high priest.
Hey,
And you can talk
shout out to
God.
the rosters.
You're talking to your higher self. And here's the thing. It's It's called a high priest, and what he does is he has to burn the incense at the altar. So he's altering his mind with the weed and unlocking his inner sense. That's the incense at the altar.
It's opening up the right brain. You're crossing the Red Sea from Egypt. Your
It's
left
called an
brain.
altar because you alter your mind, and that's how you speak to God.
Nice.
If we just leave
Oh,
religion
hell yeah.
doing what they're doing, then they're going to be the only ones who can go behind the curtain, and you're not allowed to go because you're not the high priest. Well, this is not the way it's supposed to be. It's not legit, and it's not fair, and it's just knowledge and truth. It shouldn't be limited to anyone. That's why the Egyptians and the Mayans wrote and carved their writings on the outside walls for all of us to see. The obelisk outside of the pyramid had hieroglyphs on it. So the symbols were not meant to be hidden on the inside of the pyramid. They were on the outside of the walls for all of us. And that's why I love all these symbols everywhere, because they were meant for you. Every one of us, those symbols are for us.
Yes. Indica or sativa? Or both? Hybrid.
Listen,
Put 'em in
cannabis,
boil-
if it's natural and if it I don't ask my weed dealer,
The
"Hey, do you
cannabis
have
is Canaanite.
sativa?"
Nah,
Well, it's
hey.
called, it's sweet. It's cane, like sugar cane.
Hey.
And it has a lot those
I get
sugary
up in there,
trichomes.
Hebrews. You got the brews, drinking your brew, cannabis. I get with y'all all day long. Burning bush. What about Moses at the burning bush? Was he?
The whole mountain was on fire because he was at the volcano, Mount Sinai. It says when he left the mountain, his whole face was on fire or bright, radiant. This is dealing
I would
with.
say he could have been firing up something real
Yeah, he could have
good.
been burning the weed and he got high. But the point is that this V is for Vulcan. This is what the Star Trek people do. Vulcan. What is Vulcan? It's the volcano at the center of the earth that produced this earth. It's called Mount Atlas. This is what Plato talks about. A lot of people talk about Plato. Plato was not a real person.
Wow.
Plato did not have a last name, and he does not have a burial site. Plato just means plato, which is the flat earth. He gave us the allegory of the cave, where he said that there was a real light, the
Oh,
sun's
I thought-
light, and that there was a false light inside the cave. He said that there was people to the cave, and that the false light from the fire was producing shadows on the wall, and the people in the cave, they believed whatever they saw in the shadows, but it wasn't real. Those shadows weren't real. People doing little cutouts. So the cave is this earth. We're inside of this cave, which is the earth with the dome. So when Plato talks about, he said that these people left and they wanted to go back to the cave because their eyes were adjusted to the dim light. But when they left the cave, it was so bright that they covered their eyes and said, no, we want to go back to the cave. We want to be tied up again. So people who love the earth, if I tell that, they're going to say, no, I want to go back to my globe ball. They don't want to leave the cave. So that was Plato's allegory. He said that there will be a day that people would choose to be in the cave rather than to come outside and smell the roses. This shit's flat. But here's the point. He said that there's a real light source and a light source. So this sun is the fire in the cave, and the real sun is the black sun. That's why there was two fires in that cave. That's the allegory. And Plato, he also gave us this allegory. Plato said this. He said, well, the point was that there was two shadows in the cave. One shadow was produced by which is the fake light, and the other shadow was produced by the real sun. So that it's just telling you that we're in a cave, and the light you see in the sky is not the real sun. The sun, Horus or Ra, that's not the real sun. That's just the attribute. It's the effect. But here's the point. And so the real sun in Egypt is called Amun Ra. You know Amun Ra, the hidden one? He's the hidden one. Amun means hidden. You have Ra in the morning, Ra Heru. In the daytime, it's Ra in the afternoon. In the evening, it's Ra Atum when the sun goes in the tomb. And at night, it's Ra Amun or Amun Ra because you can't night. In sun.
Bro. From Skeletor.
So that's right. And the morning is either Heru Ra or Capri, Kepri, the morning one. But that's what it is. The sun has four names. But I just want to say this. Plato said that Mount Atlas was the mountain that created the entire earth. And in India, it's called Mount Meru. In fact, the pyramids in Egypt are called Meru. The real name for the pyramids in Egypt is not called pyramids; they're called Mer or Meru, which is place of ascension.
Yeah, listen, man, we're gonna have to let you come back because it's gonna get. We're gonna do a part 2 on this. We're gonna do a part 2 on this because I gotta get up out of here and we gotta
We
Yeah,
gotta do
me
the,
too.
music.
I didn't listen. I didn't know when to stop, but we can do
no,
another
thank
one.
you. No, this has been great.
Thank you, man.
this
We're
is
gonna we
great,
definitely,
yeah.
man. The Hearth-Book. I've been on it, man. I've been on it for a minute.
We're gonna close with this last super chat where he Fire Talk Radio podcast says, in the Matrix, Neo was told he's the 6th anomaly and life was created, destroyed, and recreated those times. Do you think that's true or real life?
What was the question? Say it again.
In the Matrix, Neo was told he's the 6th anomaly and life was created, destroyed, and recreated those times. Do you think that's true or real life? The 6th anomaly as Neo. I think that he was talking about earlier when you said 6, I think.
What happened?
He was the 6th anomaly.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what you
Behold,
mean
the
by that.
7th coming soon.
Yeah.
Now, if there cats in the chat,
Maybe he
room
was
doing it.
correlating that with the 6th day.
The 6th day man was created. That was cool. Nah, yeah, AD gonna have you here
No,
all day.
it's
I
the
love,
super
I
chat.
love it too, man.
It's a super chat.
Yo, listen, man. Your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding exceeded all expectations, and there's gonna be a lot of. You definitely gotta come back here, man. You got a place here. You got a seat on the craft.
Yeah.
You got a seat on the craft.
love it,
Anytime you
brother.
want to come through, man.
Very
Oh,
good.
thank you.
This has been great, man. We're gonna have you come in again, man.
Absolutely.
Word, man.
Thank you so much,
All right,
man.
guys, peace out. I love y'all.
All right.
Easy,
I want to
right.
see how you gonna leave. Are you just gonna disappear or? You gonna let us leave?
I could look
Let us leave
when
you
I
there?
leave. This is peace. Today it's called peace when you separate the two. But the Egyptians, Osiris had his legs together. This is oneness.
Okay.
This is peace. Osiris with his legs together, and even Jesus had his feet nailed together.
Okay.
Yo, Method Man was doing that. He was putting his fingers together.
Well, the gods and the earth.
Oh, peace out, y'all. I'm a dip.
All right.
All right, peace.
Have a good one.
Yo,
Peace.
Peace. Wow.
Oh man.
Links in the description.
Yeah.
Say that.
That's it, man. It's been a great bill, man. While we got him up in here, we gotta move to the music. This is a lot to take in.
Yeah.
A lot, yeah.
A lot to take in.
How'd you like that? I knew it was gonna get deep, but I know it's gonna get that deep.
You gotta come up today.
Yo, man.
That was good. We gotta talk about your out of body experiences later on. After,
Yeah, astral projection, man.
Yeah,
That's
astral projection.
crazy. It's just too
You've been
real.
going to a lot. You've been having like a regular, just open door.
At least twice a week. Lately, I've
Yeah.
been getting them at least twice a week, man.
It's a lot. It's a
Yeah,
lot.
always in the morning. There's a lot of information about
You
that.
have it in the morning. Oh, because you. Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll
Yeah.
Get on that.
Makes sense.
All
Absolutely.
right. Hit us with the.
All right, here we go.
We'll
Let me
move
get
right
it
on.
set up, man.
Alright.
I wasn't even ready. Usually I prepare for this, but
Yeah. Man, that was great, man. Shout out to Bragadino. I'll see you in the place.
yeah.
Shout out to everybody in the chat room, the craft.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Here we go. Time for song promotions. Let go. Oh shit. Hold on, I forgot to release their audio. Here we go. Hey.
Song promotions.
Oh, where's now I was born? You coming through?
Let me open up the Zoom again.
Open up the Zoom again.
Yeah, gonna make room again.
Oh,
Man, how you
Straight
feeling?
fire.
I'm still trying to come back down.
I tell you, the craft is.
Still trying to come back
Yo,
down.
everybody that come on here, man. Yo,
man,
it just
it's
be
dope.
like, I'll just be astonished. Like,
We could do an episode on the mushrooms alone.
Oh, we gotta give stat. We'll get somebody for that. Mycology. I'm getting into that. I'm getting into a lot of the shroom. You know they have gills. Well, I said in this song.
Word.
Yeah, we gotta play one. We have to play a song from the forest, man.
All right.
Gotta play a song from the forest.
You want to do that first, or
Cloudy, huh?
you want to do that first, or you want to do that after, or at the end of the show?
Let's do it. Let's do it after.
All right. Okay, we
Gotta give me
got
time to think.
Knowledge Born joining us right now.
Hey.
Make room, make room. I'm gonna give him the share screen.
Just coming in.
Yeah.
Mm.
Let's do the sides.
That's a good bill, yo.
I was trying to hold myself back. I'm like, shut up, AD. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't ask questions.
Haplogroups. Nobody said it. Haplogroups.
What up, Knowledge?
Allow me
Peace,
to.
peace. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Peace,
sir.
peace. Peace to knowledge born. Word.
Y'all went to the altered states of the being. The craft went to a place where it's never gone before, but before at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was a beautiful shift. You know, the pendulum is swinging. See what I'm saying? So
Yo,
dealing in
I'm about to go back to smoking weed and then go vegan. See what I'm saying?
I feel you.
I'm just trying to have more of those out of body experiences, and if that's what it takes to get there,
hey man,
shit, pass the broccoli.
Many pathways, man. Many pathways.
Or I should just start meditating. I don't know. It's one of the two.
It's all good. It's all good.
You know what I'm saying?
What's the name of that tequila I got? Tequila Priest.
Tequila.
Said it's tea.
Gotta get the right teas.
That's tea right here. Got green.
Yep.
Yo, man.
We gotta get him and Kaz Zodiac.
Yeah, he did good. That. Shout out to Kaz Zodiac all day long.
In the same realm. He was dropping.
Royal Priesthood time. Wait till you hear Little Da Vinci too.
Shit.
Yo, Donnie Arcade. Ka. Who else we got?
Ty Phoenix.
Ty Phoenix.
Hey. Shout out to Ty Phoenix.
K9.
K9. It's about to be on. Yo.
The voltage got out of control.
The voltage. Skeeto on board.
Skeeto. Cap Jones.
Cap Jones.
Coach Solomon, okay? Coach Solomon.
Coach Solomon. Should we play the joint we did? Should we play that joint?
Yeah, man. Nah, let it save it.
I mean, it's your show, Priest. We can play whatever you want to do.
Save it.
All right.
We're gonna save that. Gotta make them wait.
Gotta make them wait for that one. All right.
Yeah.
About to be on, man.
It's about
L
to go
Infinite.
down.
Word.
All right.
We got Aurora. You know, for cats on Hold It Down.
Hey.
Come on, man.
You barely hit that one. That's good.
We got the moon and Gemini, you know what I'm saying?
Moon is in Gemini today.
That's what y'all heard today. Y'all heard
we got Napah. We got Napah.
Right.
Napah Shadah.
Right. The Gem Star. Okay. The
Gem Stars, yeah, the Gem Stars.
Salute to the Gem Star.
Oh man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we got the crew.
And Mars and Cancer.
The Mars and Cancer.
Oh, okay. You know the other planets too now.
Hey, let's go.
Mars and Cancer. So we taking action in our own homes.
Shout out to my man Fanatic, my man I7 also, man. Shout out to Fanatic and I7. Word.
So I got that jewel from Ty Phoenix and Kaz Zodiac. You understand what I'm saying? So they do what they do.
Oh yeah,
so giving honor to the masters. You see what I'm saying?
Indeed.
About that planetary shift in forecast, and you see what's going on.
All right. Well, here we go. First today, we're going to start with a track submitted by Lord Olo and Khrist Koopa from Seattle. Name of the track is called Charisma. Let's go. It's about to go down.
A whole lot of weed smoke going on.
Man, it's about to be. I'm about to go back to smoking.
Yeah.
Hold up. From the top.
UDF nigga, undiscovered first. Under the firmament, really out here. Understand who the man be. Big Coop, Nordra, you know what it is. Shh, keep it on the hush though. Low key, you let everybody know they gon' fuck it up like they always do. Ritual, it commence. Nigga, ironclad the resistance, highest map in the distance. Niggas stag, niggas nagging and brag for attention. Asking you shall receive, I open my mouth to breathe. Inhale, exhale, was hell, we the been worse. Sick, hurt, and worry, sure for surely. In the dirt, we played the one, we had the worst. We had the earth, they got the surface. I'm too malleable to be invaluable. They couldn't really put a value on them actually. You enjoy it, ain't no judge and lose, be fucking up and fucking lying on the low in front and playing back in. It's the Pisces, the Kraken, extra wise. Deep as eyes, keep the lies to a minimum. Devise victory on on both sides of the pendulum. Playing cards right to shot around where I'm sending them. Bad as to get to them. With enough skill to make it hard to remember them. Hard to render them. Like, oh, forget it then. Step out my face and all that. Move, nigga. Get up, make a move and stop playing with me. Stop playing in front of me. Stop playing like it's something to play with. 1 minute you give a damn and next you don't. 1 minute it's in your hand. 1 minute you
love the video too.
Look,
That's
I'm
fire.
not really none of that at me like I'm who you need to be. Well, you know you the best, and they say you arrogant. I don't really care, baby. That's how I carry it. I'm not the greatest, I'm just the greatest you ever seen. I'm extra mean, niggas nectarine, and ain't nobody standing next to me. Moving so fast, they in the past. Niggas ain't just ass, they last. And when they pass, I laugh. I got a healthy sense of humor. Suffocate all the rumors. I actually change in my room. Praise the moon, we invading soon. Mama had more pictures of Tupac in the house than my pops in the house. So it was either dead beats or hip hop in the house. Hyperbolic exaggeration, an allegorical, metaphorical statement. This nigga here destroying the English language. Convert the dictionary to fiction and watch it vanquish. Earning more than your average reputation. Fathom other places and through the power of magic creator. Ain't nobody else at my angle. Smoke 10 times and I ain't never met an angel. Telling everybody to prove to me it's a halo. I just see circles all around me and I'm a changer.
Yo, that beat though is crazy. Lord Olo, Charisma, produced by Khrist Koopa. That was ill, man. That's like some natural artistic hip hop, like that. It's so organic. That was nice. That was very nice. There's nothing else to say. That was dope. All around dope. What you think?
I like the video. I like the video a lot. The beat was very unorthodox, but I like it. It was like it had to be like that. You know what I mean? It couldn't be no other way. So I liked it. It was dope. It was fire.
Same thing here. Dope beat, dope rhymes. You know what I'm saying? It was like, gave me that type of like, what I'm thinking of. It just gave me like a feel of, because the mask was crazy. It was throwing me, the mask was dope, man. It had the doom type of kind of ill feel to it. And it was fire, you know. Now I was born.
Well, that was Rasaholics right there. You see what I'm saying? It was the Rascast when Ras got. You never know what Ras gonna say in the next word. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With the fun of the licks, because the licks got that kind of cadence to where it's still fun. You see what I'm saying? Mixed together with like a Wu-Tang mashup. You see what I'm saying? It's brave. It's brave. Like what's my man name? Lord Galaxar.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
He got that same kind of adaptation. You know what I mean? Because the video with no sound looked elegant, and then you hear what he's saying, you're like, oh shit, like like it holds the line. You see what I'm saying? In the way that it's mixed up.
Fire.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's all we have today here, huh? My bad. I thought it was just us. Got you. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to sort through these because, man. All right, next up, we've got a track here from the DJ from Guam. Vytko, Icaro, and Ingress Vortices. From Guam, Lithuania, France. This track is called Quest of Breath.
Gotta come out there and see Guam. What Guam?
Guam.
Gratitude, brother Guam. Ancestors are present. The gifts. Strings are vibrations. Beat drop is an offering. Chants are paintings and drawings. Shamans of Mars and Jupiter's healers. 72 wise ancient star readers. Astral forms gather inside jungle cathedral. Show plural wisdom. Share path of freedom. Mystic symbols emerge out of three kingdoms. Those branches are linked for divine intuition. Just like these guitar strings are linked to divine intuition. Reflect cosmic ambition. Constellations are now in position. Falling leaves invoke nocturnal visions. The journey that tests supernatural, spiritual mission. Let's listen to these wonderful sounds. Feels like ancestors dancing the thunder. That guitar. Take us so far, deep within. One with the winds, one with the storm, one raindrop falls in the woods, falls on the planets, orbiting rocks. Knock, knock. Unlock the doors. Roaring force.
Hey, Quest of Breath, Art of Ingress Vortices, music by the DJ from Guam, Icaro by Vytko, Icaro. All right, wow. That was cool. Very psychedelic, very abstract, spacey, very psychedelic. That's the best I could give it. What you think?
Took me in a trance. Like, it took me in a different place. So I definitely was in another world with especially with the message in the background. So I was definitely like in a trance that whole time. That I was just like, it was dope though. It was dope though. I like it a lot. You know, it was fire. My dad liked it too. He was in the background. He heard it.
Yeah.
Knowledge.
Yeah, it's like psychedelic soul hop. You see what I'm saying? Every aspect of the beat does something different for you, and then you add it with the visual. So it's like, psychedelic soul hop, because the guitar is in there. The guitar is doing something different than the beat is doing, and then DJ from Guam is in the background with his voice. That's his regular voice, right? So he's putting that kind of ancestral cultural spin in there in the background. And this is something that's, a different kind of submission from what he normally gives us. He normally gives us like that, reggae, dance hall, chill kind of vibe. So he's giving us that in another kind of space, in that ayahuasca type psychedelic space with still with soul in it, because you hear that guitar. The guitar is doing something that's complementing the drums. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I think it's fly, man. It's a fly joint. I heard Priest on that joint, so that's a Priest. That's a Priest joint. Right there.
Nice. All right, let's go. Coming up next now, we got a track here by Basir Beats, Irvington, New Jersey. Track is called Parallel Dimensions Instrumental.
Jersey.
And the name is pronounced Basir. Here we go. switching up right here. There you go. All right. Basir, Parallel Dimensions. Definitely has a place for an artist to be really creative. I was afraid at first that it was just a loop, but then I heard him switch up right where it was time, and he did. So it's a good arrangement, and I think it has potential. It just depends on what the artist wants to do with that. You know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What you think?
Yeah, it was very simple beat. I think anybody could like kind of range with that, like you said. Like you could kind of do whatever you want on that. So you can have fun with it. You could go hard on it. It depends on how you want to flex it. So it was dope. I like it. It was calm. You know what I mean? It was cool.
Yeah.
Haunted. My dad says haunted, like that.
Right. It definitely got the horrorcore feel, but there's still like, okay, so in that space we got a choice. So what's going to sell it? A voice? You see what I'm saying? Like in that space, so where the voice of the artist is going to sell it, the intricacy of the artist is going to sell it, or the creativity of the artist is going to sell it, because it's kind of laid out like a skeleton. You know, whoever, you know, whatever you want to do on it. But sometimes at the risk of it, if the artist has to do too much, it'll come off as too much. You know what I'm saying? So like there's a place for that, you know, either or. So somebody either got to be real intricate, or they got to have like a definite concept or story line that you following behind, to where you like, I need to see what happened. I need to hear what happened. I need to know what's going on, type of situation. And that could be good or it could be bad, depending upon the artist.
Mm-hmm.
Good point. All right. Let's see. Next now, we've got a track from Ani Dakini. She's back with a track called Beat Sampler. It's an MP3. Here we go.
Right now, was originally written by. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, a thing that was originally written by the High Priest of Bob, as done by Bird, Dizzy, fellas.
won't. Lying, word is born. Too many gangsters. Lying, I live a lifestyle, so drug dealers and I bought one. Too many rappers. Lying, get it? Lying, lying, word is born. Too many gangsters. Lying, that's the way I say it. Lying, niggas be frontin', ain't saying nothing. Killah Priest remains calm, then carry on. Go ahead, sing your song. Playing after dawns. Rap superstars look cute, just star. Bitches like that, where your mic's at. Bite me, I bite back. Plus I break glass. Fuck it, you can sue me. Yours truly. Niggas sound booty. There's too many rappers in the East wanna be gangsters. Too many gangsters in the West wanna be rappers. Bunch of actors, all the smack. Who's your master? Too many rappers. Watching our own
Dope.
Man. Oh yeah, my dad loved that one.
Priest likes it. I like it. It was chill. It was flowing. That sounded good. She's getting better with her production. Mixing sounds better. Practice makes perfect.
Yep.
What you guys think?
Yeah, definitely love it. You know, shout out to the salute to my dad. And yeah, I liked it a lot. You know, she's doing it all. You know what I mean? She's definitely improving every single time, every time I hear her. So yeah, I like it. Not much more to say.
True.
Yeah, the presentation is everything. Like the packaging. You see what I'm saying? Like when Ghost said on the purple tape, "Yo, son, I had crazy vision. Check it out. Woo!" You see what I'm saying? Like, so she's blending it in with an iconic type of space in the old to Priest on, you know, a heavy metal type of sequence. You know what I mean? You got to be a Priest-like to be able to find some of them intricacies. And both of those beat selections that was there, you know, put you in the space. And put you in the space as an artist. And put you in the space as a creator. So she was able to give us that sampler and give us that wanting for more. Like, you want to hear more. You see what I'm saying? And then she intricately places, you know, the lines from the verses as if that's the original beat.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So the kind of timing that's there, where it's placed and how it's placed, all of those things go in and add to the presentation. So only the king, man. Like, yo, you got some movie shit going on.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, next one, we got a track here from Aurora Borealis on behalf of Unique Beatsmaker. It's called Renaissance. Here we go. Oh, I'm gonna like this one. Here we go. Okay. I was hoping it would hit that 808 when it dropped.
Okay.
And then I was a little bit underwhelmed when the beat dropped. The snare was nice, but I wanted that. That's what I was feeling for it. It just needed that. It needed a boom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's just my ear. Other than that, I liked it, like the snare. I liked the idea of the sample and the way it was rushing into it. But like I said, that 808.
Yeah, I
That's what I
got
was
you. I
feeling.
got you. Yeah, it was dope. I ain't gonna lie, it was dope. I liked it. Like I already feel the energy that's gonna come on that. So I already feel it. Could I do something like that on that? Nah, I don't know yet. Yeah, probably good. If I put a lot of energy to it, yeah, right? Yeah. See that with my dad too. But like that a lot, it was a dope beat. And my dad said he liked it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
AD fucking with the man's chemistry.
I
You know what
know.
I'm saying? Fucking with his chemistry over there.
Well, it was someone else's beat, so it's not like I don't think he's listening. The guy who made the beat.
No,
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. I like the completeness, yet still room for improvement. I like it. Like it's complete. Like you could get busy on it. I don't hear that as a written beat. I hear that as a freestyle type of beat.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So now when you hear that, you hear something different. You don't need to do nothing to it because it's like a continuous loop where everybody can get off.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Everybody can get busy with it. It's not, I don't hear that as something that has, even though somebody can do something to it. You know, there are talented artists out there. They can always do anything, you know, for any beat. But that space right there, it's ready made to bring the rawness out of you.
Yeah.
It's for the cipher.
Mm-hmm.
Right, it's for the cipher.
Next one. Underland Fortress.
Under.
Track is called Dreams Come True, produced by Obi-Wan. Dreams Come True, produced by Obi-Wan. I really like how that beat complements itself. Like the drums have this kind of like pop to it. You know what I mean? Every instrument in it is following that pop. Nothing is kind of abstract. Nothing is being different. It's all following the same feel. And whoever writes to that hopefully will be able to maintain something to complement that too. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the whole thing made me feel a certain way. It was very optimistic. It was kind of like light, and I liked it. Very cool track. I like the way he put it together. What do you think?
Yeah, very enchanting. Very enchanting. It was a good feeling. Damn, what's the word I was about to say?
That's a good word right there.
Yeah,
Enchanting.
it was enchanting, yeah. But that's what I was gonna say too. But yeah, I liked it a lot. Definitely dope. Definitely dope though. Not gonna lie.
For sure.
Man. Hey,
No, you said it right there.
Mm-hmm.
Knowledge.
I want to hear Cap Jones on it. Ever since those two got together, I want to hear some Cap. I want to hear Cap Jones on there. You see what I'm saying? I want some Silo on there. I want some Silo. I want some Lord Da Vinci. You see what I'm saying? Because y'all got there's an ear when you create. There's certain things you be looking for. You know, you're looking for something where it's a story, and y'all could each tell a story on that beat from your time, wherever your time is, or whatever time and space, time in the space-time continuum that you in right currently. So yeah, I can hear Cap on there. You know, it's complete. It's ready for some kind of epic story or some LS rhymes. You see what I'm saying? And you know, in the midst of all of it, it's incorporation for it all. Yeah.
Nice, well said. All right, let's go. Next now, we got a submission here from Triple JC, Gage Beats, Ingress Vortices, Vytko Icaro, aka The Journey of Becoming Better Self. From Australia, Philippines, France, Lithuania, Chile, Peru, and Tibet. Man, they are collaborating out there.
Upside down.
Man,
That's beautiful.
name of this song is Silent Assassins. Music by Gage Beats, songs by Icaro by Triple JC, paintings by Ingress Vortices. Let go.
My bars cut you in half. That's division in art, precision in heart. From the rhythm, a spark, adrenaline, sentiments. You're devilish. I never say never. Your fake ego thinks you're way better. I slay terror, error of Israel. Speak gas spells, seller of souls, hells. But my goal prevails. I wanna see you and free you from jail cells. A body's prison, copy religion, applied against the system that you're living in. It's all math, God's wrath, spiritual combat, contact, an inner contract. Yeah, we got that. I need you rejected. Make it deflected, you're speaking with negative energies, telling me heresies. Enemies act deceptively, I think cleverly. I ink melodies before I bless them with speech. I was telling the priest, not trying to break bread with peace. They're trying to take your head with yeast, shalom and peace. It's unleavened, Adam and Eve, battling demons with the accurate teachers, immaculate speakers. While you coming with tough talk, we coming with swords, can't just walk. Your snake's tongue is a fork, yo.
Gratitude out of her blue rock. Triple space-time mind. Triple Ingress. Paintbrush adjusting for S7S. Atom splits. Time rifts. June equinox. Solstice eclipse. Shadow of lion appear on top of the Sphinx. Answers to riddle can be heard in the wind. Mother Earth is the queen. Father Time is the king. Game of chess. Deep within the dragon nest. Air of the force. Deep in the chest. During impressive true protect you continue to quest ancient translation all of our best spirit let's do our best yeah please time free.
Triple JC, Vytko Icaro, Gage Beats, paintings by Ingress Vortices. Wow, very cool. It's like a moving album cover. I like that. It's like moving artwork. That's really cool. Great submission. Sounded good. Good production. I liked it. I liked the beat. The beat was kind of hypnotic. I felt like I was being hypnotized. That was cool. What you guys think?
Good collaboration. Subtle and hard. I liked it a lot. You know, beat was hard. I was waiting for the energy, but it was good that I was like that. You know, so I liked it a lot. You know, it was dope. Yep.
I think the beat was dope. It was a dark, like theme, and for the last couple of beats that I heard, that was dope too. That was dope. Right into it.
Yeah, this is some Constantine type of situation right here. But I want to salute the craft because this is a craft collaboration. You see what I'm saying? This is like a craft collaboration. So that means that you know, the craft got its own universes. You see what I'm saying? So this is a comic book right here. You know what I mean? Like this is a place, like a launching pad. So it's not just the craft in the sense where you come tune into the craft, you can launch your own craft here. You know what I'm saying? So the ability for everybody to come together and do this craft collaboration is ill, man. I'm telling you. So yeah, for the beat sounds, you know, amazing and transcendental, kind of like the ride we went on with the craft today. You see what I'm saying? So the submissions always match whatever the energy was of the craft. And that's premeditated. So it becomes prophetic in a sense. You know what I mean? So this was definitely, you know, one of those joints. And, you know, our brother from the land down under, he got one of them voices, man. You see what I'm saying? You be like, I went to the store. You be like, yeah, I went to the store. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all of those things. Him and DJ from Guam, you know, they got that, you know, the same vibe, same energy, and it's righteous too. So they both got the ancestral space to where they got the voice, but it speaks through the channeling space. You know what I mean? So if y'all love a priest verse, y'all love it in that same kind of way.
All right, let's go. Next track we got is from Mark of Buddha. We got 2 more tracks to go, y'all. This one's called Mark of Buddha. It's called Solace in Solitude.
Mark of Buddha.
Track right here, Priest. Everyone does like 16 bars.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you pick the artist.
It's jazzy, yo.
I love that beat, man. It's a shuffle. That's a head bobber right there. Got the shuffle.
Yeah.
I love it. That's fire. I want to do a royal priesthood to that. Write 16 bars. Priest choose who it is. You know what I'm saying? We gotta keep going with that.
Yeah, it don't have to be everybody. Yeah, they could be like a jazz.
You
one.
choose.
It could be two. It could be two on that one.
That's fire. I love that beat. That's all I'm gonna say. I love the loud snare too.
Listen, I always go for Always go for the drums. Always go for the saxophone. I always like that. So it's dope beat. Liked it a lot. Like you said, it's jazzy. So I like it. And Dragon Ball Z. You always have the Dragon Ball Z. I'm always gonna like it. So
Bragadino.
Love the cover.
I love it. It's dope. It was a little jazzy, different kind of laid back type of thing. But Marco Buddha is versatile, very versatile. Always work. I mean, I love his 808s. His kicks is just always very tribal. I don't know, something about his kicks is fire.
Yeah, that was Cass. They need a battle to get on the track, man. Take it back to the weekend. You know what I'm saying? I need you need some hunger in that. You need some raw meat on that because it's so jazzy. You can't get jazzy with it. You see what I'm saying? So the only way you could get jazzy with it is you extra nice. Like you got to be extra nice to do that.
Yeah.
But that's raw meat. That's a raw meat track to add the right compliment to it. You got to challenge the beat. You see what I'm saying? Like that beat got to have you in some whole other space right there. You know what I mean? Like so, it'll come from a battle. Y'all in the same spot. Like, all right, what you got? What you got? Fuck that. I need you see what I'm saying? You gotta propel that greatness out. So yeah, I can see
inside of 4 corners inside the elevator.
That's it. I judge wisely.
Yeah.
I judge wisely. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, it's time for our grand finale.
Hey.
And y'all already know.
We are here.
Yes. Ka Zodiac with Pendulum Swing.
Hey, right along with the title.
It's about to go down.
We live in a place now that feels just about like a plantation. We're all indentured servants. When I found out there were 8 presidents before George Washington, I wanted to smack somebody. I wanted to know why I was taught otherwise. Just tell me the whole story. I'll fill in the blanks.
Are you ready for the pendulum swing? That brings us back on the top, where we meant to be kings. They say my mental has wings. Too brilliant for you. Introducing a man who embodies a revolution. Time in my DNA, thoughts beyond human. There's only winning, I fought beyond losing. Cop street fight in the court style. Your jurisdiction is rooted in pure fiction. Make the captain jump ship, either exit or execution. My music shock and eclectic electrocution. I always said when I reach heaven, I'm never moving. Truman Show, the stage became small, there ain't no room to blow. My vibe is so high in the hood, I'm like a UFO. Marty McSide, I got that back to the future glow. Our backs against the law, cause we forgot what we used to know. Return of the ancient ones. Why the smart plague and dumb, you looking so lame. When I rhyme, put you to shame for fun. You being chased with freedom's at stake, I make the agents run. Every zombie's a potential god, sleepwalking. Freedom's calling to you wake inside a deep corking. Moroccan moccasins, bopping enough fedora, pouring bottles of incredible thoughts of my supporters. But you ain't taking time for exploring your own orbit. So you trapped in a strap and you cornered on the corner. The cheese you rats is chasing ain't worth the half of this course. And your galactic god warrior, rapid and art formula. Pay attention when I stand at the podium. You rappers check for bars, I'm checking who's gotten over them. And it ain't even that you weak when you rap. You bring scoop and get the puddles like you deep when you lack the basic nutrients for me to even eat you for snack. Smack you brutally, and I ain't even need to attack. But trying to be on trap beats instead of being in the trap.
The Negro is still languished in the corners of American society.
I don't fear, no. My soul's with me. Alright, intermission, we gonna let it breathe for just a second. Let you catch your breath. Cool off for a minute, cause we about to turn it up. Because I ain't scared like your parents these days to say your music sucks. But I got news for us. That ain't your music, that's a government experiment geared to shoot your future up. Like Sierra Leone, not the singer, he without sin. I threw this capstone at all you thinkers. The judgment bringer, I come with 100 Incas. Cacao Olmec, my queen's the color of Medina. Avocado mask, skin is like butter on the features. My window never had the smoke screen of non-believers. And these days you can't tell the dawns from who's the deepest. I'm hot before the fever unlocked the door that keeps you in prison and hard to reach it with wisdom from out the ethers. My record is an ancient script. Historians be reaching in they crazy to get. My creative gift is an ancient myth told for generations. The soul of many nations and one man who's taken the head of plenty Sagans. The day spinning slipped through my fingers just like grains of sand. You feel you hate, I am the sun here to awaken man. The dawn of a new day, rise and get ready. My mind, it gets heavy while blacks dance. Connect the words melanin and melody. Don't meddle with the pedals, be gentle on the brakes. Your body is the world's soup when they sent you from outer space. Murder without a case, a burglar without a safe. Through each hole they spiral kundalini like a shoe. The serpent is like the lace, dispersed without a trace, like ghosts without a face. In this life, my soul's out of its place. Who's the Anunnaki from planet rock? Flow is amazing grace. God bless me with telepathy, excellence to ecstasy, submersion of the continent. Probably making extra C. I'm making extra me. Binary star system programmer for Mars destiny. Planetary projection of light that makes holograms. Hollow man made of space dust, Akashic sand. Nirvana, the promised land. I'm written upon a lamb. Invisible sonogram predicted the common man. Give tickets for web traffic and digital contraband. Hold up a lost calling, admitting that I'm the man. Peace. No doubt. Right. From a cosmic gravesite, buried in dark matter, one page in the book of life became lengthened in large chapters. You can't spit your song after a lyrical born master with spiritual core valor. Each lyric is stars hammered, don't bicker with horse manners. I'm gifted with more answers for lyrics that cause cancer, verbal intercourse, tantra. Yo, PR to Atlanta to Lemuria, Atlantis. Yo, they can't handle this. Didn't read the manuscript. My ship just appeared on the earth without landing it. Then I vanished quick.
But what if the people who told you that you wasn't from there actually received checks and actually swore oaths? Not to tell you what you really are. So they can walk around and beat you and take advantage of your birthright and inheritance without you catching on to it. You've been taught that you're not from here. You've been taught that you're an alien.
And you don't even challenge it even in your own mind. That's slavery. And it's a pact you just made with them. And so you've agreed to a fraudulent jurisdiction that they created. And then it makes it legal because you're great.
So when you're out of your culture, you are out of your living mind. And it's very dangerous when somebody else defines your thought pattern. And whose education are you getting? You can't get a good education in these universities. What I'm teaching you today, none of it came from their institutions. Brothers and sisters, your best education is to go to the source. Go to the source.
There's that Torus field right there. We were just talking about all that. How it always brings the tracks that are very appropriate for the conversation. Fire. That was so good. Loved it. Love the visual. Visuals are as good as the knowledge track. What y'all think?
Great production. Oh, he gave us a hook this time. It was crazy.
Yeah.
He gave us a hook. I ain't know that was coming, right? So I like that. You know, listen, it's not much wrong. Right? Good lyricist, great lyricist. You know what I mean? Knows what he's doing. Great production. You know, I like it a lot.
Yo, what you gonna say is Kyle Zodiac, man. Like, come on. Listen, if you listen close enough, it's gonna be jewels in there. It's gonna be rhymes in there, hook in there. It's Kyle Zodiac. That's what I'm gonna say. Knowledge born.
Well, Priest, kiss the ring, man. Kiss the ring. You understand what I'm saying? The teetering between, see, Priest, you was fortunate enough, like myself, to meet Khalid. You see what I'm saying? So before Khalid, you know, morphed into Kyle Zodiac. So we got a chance to witness this pendulum swing between the left and right hemispheres of the brain. So both aspects of, you know, of the mind. So many people might have known Killah Priest. You see what I'm saying? They didn't get a chance to see all of the dimensions. So everybody's clinging on to whoever they met, however they met. You see what I'm saying? So whether they met Lord's son, whether they met the Byzantine king, you know, however they articulate it is dependent upon the season in which they caught you in. You see what I'm saying? So they might not go back to, you know, the grave diggers joint. You see what I'm saying? But the beautiful thing about it is it's still timeless and you're still creating. So they can catch you in whatever season that it's in. So with Zodiac, he has the set ability to be able to catch you in every season. He got something for you in every season and every level of your consciousness. You see what I'm saying? So if you wanted something that sound fly, he got something that sound fly. You want something that sound deep, he got something that sound deep. But then the layers and the intricacies that go along with it is a season where it's like, okay, when you elevate, it's right there. When you're ready, it's right there. So wherever you are is wherever this is. You know what I'm saying? So, man, salute to Kyle Zodiac.
Royal priesthood.
Royal priesthood.
All day long, yo.
Yeah. All right. If you guys are interested in submitting your tracks for the next episode on Wednesday, go to killerpriest.tv/song promo. Links in the description, along with all the tracks that we played today.
Hey.
This concludes the song promotion segment.
Yo, say, man, a brother came on. What's his name? DivineBeing? DivineBeing came on. Yo, Podcraft fire. You know what I'm saying? I want to shout out everybody who come through, always knowledge born. You know what I mean? To everybody that's in the Podcraft room. AD, and the Wisdom of Solomon, you did your thing today. Again, man. Again, I gotta give you props. I gotta give you props.
Yo, man.
It's like the more we go, the better you get. You know what I mean?
Yo, listen, my allergies are killing me right now, but I had to try. You know, I did my best what I could, but yeah, you know, next time, I'll give you more energy. It was just a lot, you know what I mean? But blessings, though.
Yeah, it was there.
Like father, like son.
Hey, no doubt. Word, shining light. Yeah, we're gonna get out of here because I got work to do in the studio. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be special tonight, though. It's gonna be something real good, man. Thank y'all for all coming through, man. Love, peace, and light. Knowledge born. Yo, I think y'all aren't y'all going to Knowledge born? You, Lil Da Vinci, and
Friday.
Friday.
Yep.
Yeah,
I just spoke to him too. So,
that should be dope.
Got it.
That should be dope. Should be dope. Word. So, yo, man. Yo, I want to say love, peace, and light. Yo, AD.
Yeah.
Let's get out this craft
That's
room.
what's up.
Yo, knowledge born. Boom. The insult for Podcraft. Yeah.
The insult for hip hop.
Yeah.
It's going to keep coming.
Ceaseless One, I know you wanted us to play that Heaven Razor track, but it's copyrighted. We want to avoid playing copywritten songs because it can sometimes ruin the episode, block it, and then we have to wait until it gets trimmed, and then we don't have the podcast for like 2 days. You know what I'm saying? So
shout out to the great Hellraiser, Heaven Razor.
If you're gonna submit copywritten stuff, make sure it's from Priest channel. You know what I'm saying?
It's your dreams.
Yeah. That's what's up. We'll see y'all on Wednesday.
Wednesday, we'll be back.
Yeah.
The queen of heavens, the queen of earth, mother seeing girth, then bring birth, the king first, wing nurse, the Elohim formed the ring around her universe. They bowed, made vows in gray clouds, then came down through wave sounds and laid crowns upon the babies that were dark and made brown. Their heads round, elongated, corn braided, born sacred. Mother storm waited till these higher forms made it. Psalms of David, I have said, ye are gods beneath the stars. Listen to these bars to recharge. I don't need keys to go through doors or use knobs. I'm in your house, in your attic, on your couch, and in your cabinet. So unlocked without lifting latches. Time I come in, it's a different passage. I can see the trauma, the disarmor. That's why you twist ganja. The hip hopper and ripped armor. I miss mama. My mitochondria, my persona, Bible mantra, tribal honor, the Dalai Lama in the cloudy shower, rain holding the microphone, paintings outside the stones, revealing pagans, dark ages, and my copper tone. My source is unknown, thoughts of skull and crossbones, ancient results to exports, the rarest lost throne. King my moleculars like the nebula, far from regular, Allah's the messenger. I'm as hard as there ever was, I never claim I'm the GOAT, but my foot look like a huff when I throw on my sheep coat. My mom said I had a hard head when I was young, corn braids went around to my throat ram. So riddle this, tidal waves and tribes of slaves, mothers and babes, then they tie up their legs in chains. The sky rains, hurricanes, it drives up plains. The coast of Africa, water evaporated, storm rises and cools, condenses to pools, map for slave ships, fishes in pools, riches with jewels, stolen floating in the ocean. Black potion, forces beyond the standards used for shipbuilding. 6 million of kings and queens with sick children, poor conditions. But when I talk, the water listens, full of salt and nutrition. Bells rung, hell and sun. Let's end this chapter. Forest of the happy ever after. And it's like that.